California Angels come in for a big weekend set. Beautiful night for this ball game. And tonight, Andy Messersmith will be trying that right arm of his against the cunning left-hander Tom House. And we'll be back with the starting lineups right after this.
We're going to stick our neck out and tell you something.
It's hard to miss with Arrow. Arrow shirts.
And the reason is so simple.
America's shirt maker is Arrow shirts.
America's shirt maker has done it again with what is probably the best shirt collar ever made. Arrow's patented custom collar, and only Arrow's got it. It's a whole inch wider at the bottom than the top, just like your neck is. It's adjustable by a full half inch, and it's got a special notch so the neckband doesn't show over your tie.
America's shirt maker is Arrow shirts.
See why we're sticking our neck out. Stick your neck into an Arrow custom collar.
America's shirt maker is Arrow shirts.
If we're not already your shirt maker, we ought to be.
A reminder that this program is authorized by the New York Yankees solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and or accounts of this game without the express consent of the New York Yankees is prohibited. Right now, let's take 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
You're listening to New York Yankee Baseball on 1460 WOKO-Albany.
Well, there's been a lot of big news happening. The Yankees made a deal today. They acquired left-hand hitting outfielder Jay Johnstone from the Philadelphia Phillies in exchange for pitcher Rollie Eastwick. And as part of the deal, Bobby Brown, who has been termed a surefire major leaguer, was outrighted from Oklahoma City to the Yanks Tacoma Farm Club. So Rollie Eastwick is gone, and Jay Johnstone, who had an outstanding year last year for the Phillies, he's 32 years old and has been with the Phillies the last 4 years, comes to the Yankees. He batted .329 in 1975 and .318 in 1976. Last year batted .284, and in his 4 years in the National League with the Phillies, he had a composite average of .308. How do you like that? He was the Phil's best hitter in the 76 Champion Series, going 7 for 9. He was originally signed by the Angels. I remember when he played with the Angels. That was back in 1963, and also with the White Sox and the A's. Last year, Johnstone hit 15 home runs with the Phils. That's one under his career high of 16 when he played with the White Sox in 1971. So a lot of people are speculating as to that deal, whether it's a forerunner of another deal. But we have some more important news for you. Yankee management this afternoon announced that the team had withdrawn at this time from any further discussion concerning the possible acquisition of Rod Carew from the Minnesota Twins. They were asking an awful lot for Rod Carew. And the Yankees said, we have great respect for Rod Carew and Calvin Griffith and the Twins organization, and we are sure that Calvin feels that what he was asking is fair. Rod Carew, after all, is a genuine superstar destined for the Hall of Fame. However, to the Yankees at this time, the package would have to have a damaging effect, not only to the existing Major League roster, but to the minor league player development as well. So we'll talk more about that later on. There was also another deal. The San Diego Padres traded pitcher Dan Spillner to the Cleveland Indians for left-handed reliever Dennis Kinney. Kinney, a 26-year-old rookie, has an 0-2 record. And Spillner is 1-0. So, going to be action. Remember, the deadline is New York time, 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. That would be midnight out on the West Coast. And there will be more deals. You can rest assured of that. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game as Dick Hauser has come up with the lineup cards, and Darrell Johnson, the skipper of the Seattle Mariners. Julio Cruz will lead off and play second base. Graig Reynolds playing shortstop and batting second. Rupert Jones will be in center field and bat third. Dan Meyer hitting in the cleanup spot at first base. The left fielder batting fifth, Bruce Bochy. Lee Stanton will be the designated hitter, batting 6th. In right field, batting 7th, John Hale. Bill Stein will be the third baseman, batting 8th. And catching and batting 9th, Bob Stinson. And as we told you, on the mound for the Mariners, Tom House, the left-hander. For the Yankees, Roy White leads off in left field. Playing center field and batting second, Paul Blair. Mickey Rivers still getting a rest. Thurman Munson doing the catching and batting third. The designated hitter tonight, batting cleanup, Lou Piniella. Chris Chambliss will be at first base and bat 5th. At third base, batting 6th, Graig Nettles. Reggie Jackson will be the right fielder, batting 7th. At second base and batting 8th, George Zeber. Willie Randolph hurt his knee last night sliding into third base. Remember when he came limping home and just did beat the throw from the left fielder. So Willie will be getting a rest. And playing shortstop, batting 9th, Fred Stanley. On the mound for the Yankees, Andy Messersmith. So while they're still talking over the grounds rules at home plate, here's information for those of you interested in tickets for the Bat Day game on this Sunday. All box and reserve seats had been sold, and now all the general admission tickets are gone too. Only bleacher tickets remain. These are on sale until after the game tonight. The box office will then reopen tomorrow at 9 a.m. So if any of you people are still interested in attending Bat Day Sunday, make sure you get your tickets. If you're within the Yankee Stadium range, drive on out to the stadium. Pick up your tickets tonight. If not, stop by tomorrow morning. This is the only place they will be sold. We have some partial scores for you. In the American League, at the end of 8, let's see, it's 4-4 Milwaukee at Toronto in the first of 2. Gorman Thomas hit his 14th for Milwaukee in the 4th with 1 on, and Dave McKay his first of the year in the 4th with nobody on. California failed to score in the top of the first. Baltimore batting. That's Ken Brett against Jim Palmer. Jim Palmer, who has been just short of sensational, pitching those shutouts. Well, the Red Sox and Jim Rice are back on the beam. Jim Rice hit his 20th homer of the year in the first with 1 on. Red Sox lead Oakland 2-0 at the end of 1. Pete Broberg going against Luis Tiant. Texas at Chicago, Cleveland and Minnesota, Detroit at Kansas City later on. In the National League, final score, Cincinnati 3 and the Cubs 1. Manny Sarmiento, the winner, 6-3. Doug Bear got his 11th save of the year. And Roberts, the loser. That game only took an hour and 49 minutes. They had 34,658. The Giants over the Phillies 2-1. Vida Blue winning his 8th of the year. Randy Moffett got a save. Larry Christensen the loser. And that game took only an hour and 38 minutes. Holy cow. Vida Blue and Larry Christensen throwing nothing but strikes. I can't believe this. I'm getting tongue-tied up here. I wish we had a game like that tonight. But we'll talk more about that later as Jerry Vale sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We'll be back right after this.
If you're dying for a hot and juicy hamburger but don't have the time, Wendy's has a pickup window. If you're in your car, your wagon, or even a taxi cab, Wendy's has a pickup window. If you're pedaling a bike, pushing a cycle, or whizzing on a skateboard, just whiz on up to Wendy's pickup window. Wendy's pickup window is not only convenient, it's just about the fastest service in town. At Wendy's old-fashioned hamburgers, our pickup window has a separate grill, a separate cook, even a separate cash register. So if you're dying for Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers but don't have the time, just drive up to Wendy's pickup window and away you go.
Wendy's, 1335 Central Avenue, just east of Colony Center, 741 New Loudon Road, just south of the Circle, 3 Clifton Country Road, opposite the entrance to Clifton Country Ball, and coming soon to Glenville.
All right, Andy Messersmith is on the mound throwing his warm-up tosses. This ball game just about ready to go. And all ready to go. Not quite over his jet lag. I got over mine this afternoon about 4 o'clock. Bill White.
All right, Scooter, as of now, the Yankees in second place in the American League East, 6 games behind the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox won 41, lost 19. Of course, they're leading tonight in their ball game. The Yankees have won 34 and lost 24, 6 games back, followed by the Baltimore Orioles, 6.5 games back. And, Scooter, those Orioles have really turned it around, started playing good baseball.
Unbelievable. And they got Jim Palmer pitching for them tonight, almost a sure win the way he's been going.
Well, Julio Cruz, the switch-hitting second baseman, will lead off against Andy Messersmith as this ball game is just about ready to get underway. Defensively, the Yankees have Graig Nettles at third base, Fred Stanley's a shortstop, George Zeber playing at second, and Chris Chambliss at first base. The Yankee outfield has Roy White in left, Paul Blair in center, and Reggie Jackson out in right field. Thurman Munson behind the plate, and Andy Messersmith, making his third start of the year, is on the mound. Cruz batting at .271, no home runs, 10 runs batted in. He's got good speed, 22 stolen bases so far this year for the Seattle Mariners. Yankees in second in the American League East, and the Mariners down the bottom of the West. Cruz fouls the first pitch back. Seattle's 119, lost 43. They're 14 games behind Oakland. No balls, 1 strike on Julio Cruz. It'll be Cruz, Craig Reynolds, and Roop Jones against Andy Messersmith. The 1-strike pitch is taken high. Cruz faked the bunt. Pitch tailed high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nettles weighing at third base. He moves Stanley over a couple of steps toward him. So Stanley's playing off the bag. Too high. 2 balls and a strike. Here's Messersmith's 2-1 pitch to Cruz. Misses outside, ball 3. Rich Garcia is umpiring behind the plate. Dick Voltaggio at first base. Nestor Shylock at second, and Ron Luciano at third base. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4, too high, and Cruz walks. So Cruz leads off the ball game for the Seattle Mariners, walking, and that'll bring on Craig Reynolds, the shortstop. Young fella has a hot bat for the Seattle Mariners. He's batting at .320 with 2 home runs, 23 runs batted in. And he has hit in 18 of his last 20 ball games.
Bill, that Cruz has stolen 22 bases in 25 attempts. Pretty fair on-base average there.
And good speed. Chambliss holding Cruz at first base as Messersmith sets. And the pitch. Reynolds takes high, ball 1. Nettles still in close at third base. Stanley and Zeber cheating just a bit toward second. They're looking for 2. Outfield playing straight away for Reynolds. Slaps the ball. Mostly center field, left center. Now Messersmith's at the belt. And the pitch. Breaking ball is in there. A called strike. It's 1-1. Jim Busby, the third base coach for the Mariners, and Veda Pinson coaching at first base. Cruz now with a Fairly good-sized leadoff first. Takes another step. Throw there, and he's got to dive back, and he just gets back safe.
He was trying to get that walking start on Andy.
Bounces off again. Another throw to first base, and Cruz is back. Now the set by Messerschmitt. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Ball went down and away. Looked like a screwball.
Whoa, that was a dandy. He had Reynolds way out in front.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Messerschmitt has average fastball. Excellent changeup. Good off-speed pitches. Normally he's around the plate. Broke his shoulder. Separated. Spring training. Now the set by Andy. 1-2, runner going. Swung on, bounced low to first base. Chambliss has it. And he'll take it himself. And moving into second base is Cruz. So Reynolds tried to check his swing. Bounced one to Chris Chambliss. Chambliss took it himself. Cruz going to second base.
I think that was a break for the Yankees. I think Cruz, with that excellent jump, would have stolen that bag. But it was sort of an off-speed pitch again.
And down.
Mm-hmm.
Rupert Jones, the batter. The center fielder batting at .258 for the Mariners. 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in. He's a left-handed hitter. Jones backs out now and time is called. Now he gets back in. On deck is Danny Meyer. Here's a set. First pitch to Jones. Too high, ball 1. Now the next pitch. Low, a changeup in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, the Yankees have had trouble with the Mariners over the last couple of years. And in the first series in the Kingdome this year, the Mariners beat the Yankees 2 of 3. Over 2 years, the Yankees have taken 6 of 10 for the Mariners. Swing and a miss by Rupert Jones, 2-1. Messerschmitt 0-1 here in 1978. No record last year against Seattle. Of course, he was with Atlanta then. Here's a 2-1 now to Jones. Breaking ball is in there. Called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Julio Cruz with excellent speed down at second base. No score in the top of the first here at Yankee Stadium. The first game of a 2-game series between the Yankees and the Seattle Mariners. Messerschmitt taking plenty of time. Now he sets. 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3, and the count is full on Rupert Jones. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Messerschmitt's ready. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, foul tipped, and bounces out in front of the plate. Like a hit Munson on the shin guard. Home plate umpire Rich Garcia inspects it and gives it back to Andy Messerschmitt. So the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes on Rupe Jones. Now Messerschmitt is ready. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to center field. Paul Blair coming in, shallow center, waiting, and makes the catch. 2 down. Julio Cruz halfway to third base, goes back to second. With Cruz at second base and 2 outs, the batter now will be Dan Meyer, the first baseman. Meyer batting at 169, 4 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Last year, this youngster hit well against the Yankees. Munson now out talking to Andy Messerschmitt halfway between the pitching mound and home plate. That was a quick conference. So Dan Meyer steps in. Yankees play him straight away. First pitch to Meyer. Called strike. Fastball right down the middle, knee high. No balls and a strike. Now Blair moving over a little bit toward right center. The 1-strike pitch, line foul outside of first base. Skips into the stands, in, back out again. No balls, 2 strikes. And Meyer needs new lumber. Got jammed with a slider from Andy Messersmith. But snowballs and 2 strikes on Danny Meyer with Julio Cruz down at second base, 2 outs in the top of the first. No score yet. Cruz walked, went to second on a bounce out by Graig Reynolds, stayed there on a fly to center field by Rupert Jones. Now Messersmith looks in for a sign. He's at the belt and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him with a breaking ball going down and away. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a man left on base. At the end of 1/2 inning of play, the Mariners nothing. The Yankees are coming up.
Cahoe's Tobacco Company has more to offer than the name implies. They carry a full line of all Panasonic products, including Panasonic clock radios, table radios, portable and pocket-sized transistors, cassette and 8-track tape players and recorders, Panasonic CBs, 5 to 19-inch diagonal black and white TVs, 10 to 19-inch diagonal color TVs. Outstanding values and exceptional prices on Panasonic products now. A Panasonic 12-inch diagonal color portable, only $269. 9-inch diagonal battery-operated black and white TV, just $149. Panasonic digital clock radio, $39.95. A Panasonic AM/FM stereo 8-track and record player for just $169. Cahoe's Tobacco carries a full line of Panasonic stereo components, including turntables, speakers, headphones, amps, and component tape decks. Stop in and check out the complete Panasonic line at Cahoe's Tobacco Company, 60 Remsen Street, Cahoe's. Open Tuesday and Friday till 9, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday till 5:30. Closed Sunday and Monday. More to offer than the name implies. Cahoe's Tobacco Company.
Now, Bicozene Cream, medical formula for itching. You can buy a powerful anti-itch drug without a doctor's prescription. Bicozene, for the painful itching of your most sensitive skin. Powerful, use only as directed. Bicozene.
X-Lax. You know you can count on its doctor-proven laxative ingredient. X-Lax. You keep it on hand in case of occasional constipation. You use it as directed. X-Lax. Are you sure it's in your medicine cabinet now?
Well, Roy White, last night's hero, will lead off against Tom House here in the bottom of the first. Last night, White homered left-handed and right-handed, drove in 3 runs as the Yankees beat the Oakland A's. Now he'll lead off against left-hander Tom House, as Billy Martin has had to revise his lineup here for this ball game. House pitches outside, ball 1. It'll be White, Blair, and Munson against Tom House. Roy now batting at .242 as his batting average has continued to climb lately. The 1-0 pitch is in there, called strike, 1-1. Roy has 4 home runs now and 11 runs batted in. In right-handed. The 1-1 delivery to White. Curveball hit on the ground, past the third baseman down the line. White around first base. He takes a big turn, digging for 2. The throw there will not be in time. Roy White with a stand-up double.
I tell you, that sign did not move well on that one. Roy hit it right off the hands, Bill, and Nettles would have eaten that one up. Roy hustled it into a double.
Oh, White down at second base, nobody out. That'll bring on Paul Blair, the center fielder. Bottom of the first, no score here at Yankee Stadium. Blair batting at .207, 1 home run, 4 runs batted in. Billy Martin continuing to give the regular center fielder the Mickey Rivers a rest. The Quick says there's nothing wrong with it. It's a couple extra days rest. Pitch to Blair. Bunted up in the air down the third baseline, foul, and it cannot be caught by the third baseman, Bill Stein. 1 hopped it. 1 strike on Paul Blair. Blair trying to drag a bunt down the third baseline. Bill Stein, even with the grass there. Meyer back at first. Now White takes a walking lead off second base as House reading signs from his catcher, Bob Stinson. Now the set. Here's the 1-strike pitch to Blair. Bunted up in the air, foul, back up against the screen again. No balls, 2 strikes on Paul Blair. Paul not trying to sacrifice. He's trying to dragged the ball down the third baseline, not squaring.
And he picked 2 pitches that were out of the strike zone. They were up above the letters. Tough pitch to bunt.
Reynolds trying to keep White close to second base. House checks White at second. 2-strike pitch to Blair. Too high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. House so far this year has split 8 decisions. He's won 4 and lost 4. This is his 15th appearance, his 7th start. He has 3 complete ball games. One of those wins against the Yankees at the Kingdome. 1-0 against the Yankees this year. Now the left-hander's at the belt. Here's the 1-2 to Blair. Breaking ball is pulled foul into the Mariner dugout on the third base line. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Paul Blair. House gets a new ball, looking in for a sign. Now he's ready. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit foul, upper deck right side. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes on Paul Blair. Well, as the Scooter mentioned to you earlier, the Yankees sent Raleigh Eastwick to the Philadelphia Phillies. They got Jay Johnstone, a veteran outfielder, a left-handed batter, and Bobby Brown, a minor leaguer. 1-2 to Blair, hit in the air to shallow center. Right there is Rupert Jones. There'll be no advance by Roy White. Jones makes the catch, and White takes 2 or 3 steps off second base, but goes back there. 1 away. And the hand builds up for the catcher and the captain, Thurman Munson. Thurman has a 6-game hitting streak going. He's batting at .277 now with 3 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Dick Hauser, the Yankee third base coach, and Gene Michael coaching at first base. House taking a lot of time. Now he sets. And the pitch to Munson. Misses inside. Ball 1. On deck is Lou Piniella, the designated hitter. House taking plenty of time. Wants another sign. Gets it. Checks White at second. The 1-0 to Munson. Low and inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. House working carefully to Thurman Munson. Now the set. Here's a 2-0 to Munson. Breaking ball, he checked the swing. It's a called strike, 2-1. Stein at third base. Graig Reynolds, the shortstop. Julio Cruz playing at second base, and Danny Meyer at first. Bruce Bochy in left, Rupert Jones in center, and John Hale playing right field for the Mariners. Bob Simpson flashing signs for Tom House, and he flashed so many that Bunsen backed off and time is called. Now House sees one that he likes and sets. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, nubs to shortstop. Right there's Reynolds, digs it out, holds White at second, throws on the first. They've got Munson, and they're 2 outs. White still at second base, and this is Lou Piniella. Piniella batting at .311 with a home run, 18 runs batted in. Quick rundown on the Yankee injured. Mickey Rivers being rested tonight. He's been bothered by sore legs off and on. Willie Randolph, a sore left knee. He'll be back in a couple of days. It's a day-to-day proposition with Randolph. Bucky Dent jogged around the ballpark just prior to the ball game and said that optimistically he'll be back Sunday. Here's the pitch to Piniella. Change up, line center field, base hit. White around third base. The throw will not be in time. And on the throw, Piniella goes into second base. The Yankees lead 1-0. Pinella, a line base hit to center field, scoring Roy White from second base, and on the throw home, Pinella went into second base. Well, the Yankees take a 1-0 lead over the Mariners here in the bottom half of the first inning. For Pinella, his 19th run batted in of the year. And here's Chris Chambliss, the first baseman. Chambliss batting at .295, 5 home runs. He leads the Yankees with 35 runs batted in. Well, the Yankees breaking from the gate quickly here at Yankee Stadium, lead 1-0 over the Mariners. Now the set by House. Pitch to Chambliss, the curveball that breaks outside, ball 1. Reynolds now trying to sneak in behind Pinella. House checks Pinella. Pitch to Chambliss, hit in the air to left center. Over there, the center fielder Rupert Jones is calling. He puts it away and the side is retired. Yankees pick up a run on 2 base hits. They leave a man on base. At the end of 1, the Yankees won, the Mariners nothing.
When do you say Budweiser? Whenever the moment is right for a great beer. When do you say Budweiser? Whenever the good times are moving to right here. After the work is done, while you're still having fun, anytime's the right time to say it. When do you say Budweiser? Bud the beer for any time at all. When do you say Budweiser? The smile on your face tells the world what you're thinking. 'Cause when you say Budweiser, the #1 beer is what you'll be drinking. After the work is done, while you're still having fun, the king of beers is waiting for your call. When you say Budweiser, you said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
These Baby Ruth fun-sized bars sure are delicious, and I ought to know.
Why is that?
Well, it just so happens I consider myself to be quite a candy bar connoisseur. And Baby Ruth's got fudge and peanuts, chewy caramel, a rich chocolatey coating, terrific stuff. Plus, these new bags are mighty economical. Some people call them fun size, but I call them Bill White size, because they're just right for me.
I see.
I'm crazy about Baby Ruth bars, and it's not easy for something to get to first base with me. Get it, Frank?
Oh, brother.
Well, Bruce Boctor leading off against Andy Messersmith. In the top of the second, the Yankees lead 1-0. First pitch was high, and the next one was down low, so it's 2 balls and no strikes on Boctor. Boctor, a left-handed batter, hitting at .253, 5 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Swings one, bounces back up the middle through Messersmith's leg, base hit in the center field.
Well, let's take 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
You're listening to New York Yankee Baseball on 1460 WOKO-Albany.
So Boctor on at first base, nobody out. Here's Lee Stanton, the designated hitter. Stanton batting at .199, 3 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Big right-handed hitter. Formerly with the Mets. Yankees back off their infield on the left side, looking for 2. Pitch to Stanton. Fastball's a call strike. Letter high on the outside corner. Boctor does not have good speed and does not take too big a lead at first base. Fastball is fouled back by Stanton. No balls, 2 strikes. Normally a scooter, a guy and build of Bruce Boctor runs fairly well, but Boctor doesn't run at all.
No, he hardly does.
Here's the 2-strike pitch to Stanton. Moves him back inside, 1-2. On deck is John Hale, the right fielder. Now the set by Messersmith. Here's the 1-2. Stanton takes it high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yankees lead 1-0 in the top half of the second inning. Bruce Boctor on at first base, nobody out. Messersmith looking at Munson for a sign. Wants another one. And another one. Finally sees one he likes. Here's the 2-2. Swung on it in the air, shallow center. Going back is George Zeber, calling the second baseman. Couldn't see the ball, it falls. And everybody say Zeber went out and put his hands apart like he saw the ball and wanted it, but he could not see the ball. It fell behind him because Jackson and Blair thought he saw the ball.
Well, that was a bad distress signal that, as you mentioned, George Zeber put up. He did put his hands up as though he were right there, and that made Blair and Jackson slow down, and then suddenly Zeber ran out of the way to keep from getting hit on the head.
Oh, it'll be a base hit for Lee Stanton. Mariners now have runners at first and second, nobody out, and the batter is John Hale. Whoops. Can they give him an error on that?
Tough error. They can do whatever they want, those officials score, but that's a tough error.
They'll take the base hit away from Lee Stanton and give the second baseman George Zeber an error. John Hale takes high, ball one. You can't see it, you can't catch it.
No, I believe that'll be changed later on.
The next pitch. Too high, 2 balls, no strikes on Hale. Munson walks out in front of the plate, flips his mask up, and tells Messersmith not to try to throw so hard. Two and 0. Yankees back looking for 2, except for Nettles, who plays even with the bag, go wide of third. Bhakti off second, Stanton off first. Here's a 2-0 to Hale. Call strike, a letter high fastball, it's 2-1. Here's a 2-1 delivery to Hale. Too high, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. On deck is Bill Stein, the third baseman. Now Nettles backs up a couple of steps at third base. Messersmith sets. 3-1 pitch to Hale. Swung on and fouled back, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Andy Messersmith gets a new baseball. Looks over his right shoulder at Bhakti leading off second. Stanley now sneaking in behind Bhakti. Fred moves back. Here's the payoff pitch. He checks the swing, takes it down, low ball. 4 of the Mariners have the bases loaded with no outs. Bhakti goes to third base. Stanton down to second. Hale on at first, and the batter is Bill Stein. Stein batting at .251 with 1 home run and 13 runs batted in. Yankees keep their infield back. They're willing to give up a run for a double play. And we have action in the Yankee bullpen. Stein takes a strike. Ken Clay, a right-hander, gets up and starts throwing. Now Messersmith's at the belt. The 1-strike pitch. Swung on line. Base hit left field. 1 run scores. Stanton will be held at third base as White's throw comes on to Munson. And we've got a tie ball game. Bill Stein going down getting a low fastball. Drilling it to left, scoring Bruce Bhakti from third base. Stanton held at second. Hale at third base. Hale now at second. And Stein driving in his 14th run of the year is on at first. Still nobody out. And the catcher, Bob Stinson, is the batter. Stinson batting at .265. 3 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Pitch to Stinson. Too high, ball 1.
In the first inning, Messersmith kept everything low. This inning, everything is up.
Nettles wide of third, even with the back. Everybody else looking for 2. The 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled back. It's the ball and the strike. Stanley and Zeber back. Chambliss behind the runner at first base, well back near the outfield grass. Nobody out. Still in the top of the second. Scores tied. Yankees 1, Mariners 1. 1-1 pitch. Bounced foul over by the Yankee dugout. 1-2. fan had that ball, then lost it. The Yankee bat boy picks it up. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bob Stinson. Ken Clay continuing to throw in the Yankee bullpen. Now Messersmith is ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Checks the swing, takes it down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stinson backs out. Now he gets back in. Here's the 2-2. Too high, ball 3. No place to put him. Bases loaded, nobody out. And a full count on Bob Stinson. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Stinson goes down swinging, and there's 1 away. Messersmith went with a breaking ball. Looked like a slider on a 3-2 pitch. Stinson looking for that fastball, swung over it.
Well, he keeps the ball down low. They don't hurt him.
That'll bring on Julio Cruz, the second baseman, who walked and was left stranded in the first inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Pitch to Cruz. Swung on and fouled back. Cruz has excellent speed. He'll be hard to double. Yankees set up with the infield back except for Nettles, who's on the grass. Now Chambliss will move a bit closer at first base, playing just behind the runner and wide of first base. The 1-strike pitch to Cruz. He moves back from a pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bounce low to the first base. Chambliss backs up, throws home, and they've got the force. Chris Chambliss was the only play he had. Luckily, Scooter, he had moved in the pitch before. Threw it to Munson, and they forced Lee Stanton at home for out number 2.
Well, that was quick thinking by Chambliss. The best he could have gotten was a forced play at second. As Bill told you, no chance to double Cruz. But he came up and threw overhand right to Munson. They got the force at the plate. Big out.
Well, the bases are still loaded. There are 2 outs now, and here's Graig Reynolds, the shortstop, who's been up once and bounced slowly to Chambliss. So Andy Messersmith trying to pitch out of a jam here in the top of the second. The Mariners have scored 1 run. They're tied at 1 apiece. The Yankees scored theirs in the bottom of the first. Pitch to Reynolds. Swung on and missed. Good high slider. No balls and 1 strike. The Yankees got their run in the first inning as Roy White led off with a double. After Blair and Munson made outs, Lou Piniella came through with a key single to center field, driving in White. Mariner run scored on a single by Bill Stein. The Mariners still pushing. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 1-strike pitch is low. Throw to third, and the ball was almost thrown away. Nettles moved over quickly and kept it from going down the left field line.
He stepped on Nettles' foot.
Well, John Hale was trying to get back any way he could. Quick throw to third, Munson to Nettles. Ball and a strike now on Graig Reynolds. John Hale at third base. Bill Stein down at second. Julio Cruz on at first. 2 men out. Now Messersmith is ready. The 1-1 pitch. Drilled down the right field line. That ball is going. It is gone. A grand slam home run for Graig Reynolds. His 3rd home run of the year. And the Mariners now lead it 5-1. Well, Graig Reynolds got a breaking ball and drove it down the right field line. The ball got it in the seats just to the left of the 310-foot mark. And the Mariners now lead 5-1 over the Yankees. Well, just when it looked like Messersmith might have worked himself out of a tough jam, Graig Reynolds hits a grand slam home run. Here's Rupert Jones. Jones swings and fouls the first pitch back. No balls and a strike. Here's the 1-strike pitch to Jones. Hit in the air, foul down the left side and in the upper deck. No balls, 2 strikes. 1-2. Pitch missing. Here's the 1-2 delivery to Jones. Swung on, bounced foul outside of first base. Chambliss gloves it anyway. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jones. With 2 outs and nobody on, the Mariners ahead 5-1, playing the top of the 5th. Mariners have scored all 5 of their runs here playing the top of the 2nd. Mariners have scored all 5 of their runs here in the 2nd inning. Here's the 1-2. Checks the swing, takes it high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch to Jones. Swung on, nub slowly toward shortstop. Cut off by Nettles. Throw the first in time. Graig Nettles ranging way over in front of Fred Stanley to make the play. The Mariners in the 2nd inning score 5 times. At the end of 1.5, the Mariners 5, the Yankees 1.
Listening to the Yankees here on OK Country or on your way to the Bronx to see the Bombers at the stadium, you know you're going to build up a big appetite. Nothing goes better with baseball than a Big Dom sub. Just as you never get tired of rooting for the Yanks, you'll never get tired of Big Dom subs. That's because there's so many delicious varieties to choose from, 37 in all. Whether you choose a mixed cold cut, a turkey, a shrimp torpedo, you know you're getting the best. Bakery fresh rolls, baked especially for Big Dom, are stacked high with garden fresh lettuce, tomatoes, and the filling of your choice. Big Dom makes those great hot subs too. Meatball, sausage, veal and peppers, topped with specially seasoned homemade sauces that make my mouth water just thinking about them. And be sure to try our brand new Little Joe Hot Deli Delights. 9 new sandwiches served hot on a sesame seed roll. Try Little Joe's hot barbecue beef with that tangy secret sauce. There's no way you can beat the great taste of a Big Dom sub or a Little Joe's Hot Deli Delight. But get the real McCoy at one of our 8 great Big Dom sub shops. If we had more locations, just like the New York Yankees, we'd be world champions too.
Join me, Lee Phillips, for 5 days and 4 nights in Nashville and Memphis as Rotterdam Travel and WOKO create a special time for you August 25th through the 29th, featuring the Grand Ole Opry and an Elvis Memorial Tour. The entire fun package, including round-trip airfare, deluxe accommodations, all admissions is just $345 per person, double occupancy. Seats are limited, so call 449-1460 right now to reserve your seat or get some more information.
Graig Nettles leading off against Tom House here in the bottom of the 2nd. The first pitch was a curveball outside. 1-0 pitch. Curve is in there, called strike. It's 1-1. The Mariners lead 5-1. Yankees batting here in the 2nd inning. It'll be Nettles, Jackson, and George Zeber. Fastball is popped up on the left side in foul territory. Fair territory now. The third baseman, Bill Stein, makes the catch halfway between third base and home plate. 1 out.
Well, bad news from up Fenway. The Red Sox 8 and Oakland nothing at the end of 3. Rice at his 20th with a man on. Yastrzemski is 4th with 2 on.
All right, Scooter, here's Reggie Jackson, the right fielder. Jackson takes high, ball 1. Reggie batting at .254, 10 home runs, 32 runs batted in. House with the 1-0 pitch to Jackson. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Jackson hit his 9th and 10th home runs at the King Dome, Yankees' last trip up there. 2-0 to Reggie Jackson. Swung on and missed. It's 2-1. Jackson was out early today, took batting practice. Yankee third base coach Dick Hauser threw him on a lot of pitches. 2-1 pitch to Reggie Jackson. Curveball hit in the air to his shallow center. Coming on, Rube Jones, going back is Cruz, and Jones, the center fielder, makes the catch. 2 outs. Batter now will be George Zeber, the second baseman, who's only been up twice this year, looking for his first base hit. Zeber, a switch hitter, he'll be in right-handed against Tom House. Here's the first pitch to Zeber. High and away, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hits the left. Going back is Bhakti, still going, and makes a catch on the run. Bhakti turned the wrong way a couple of times, but caught up with the ball for out number 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left at the end of 2. The Mariners 5, the Yankees 1.
I've got grease on my fingers, oil on my shoes, I'm always under the hood. But I wouldn't change places with anyone else, even if I could. I worked on every car, big and small, every kind of engine too. And there's one thing that applies to them all, whether they're old or new. You can't buy better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's number 1 in the world, they're number 1 in your car. Some folks don't mind working in a big place, being part of a team. I prefer just me and that engine, nobody in between. You can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's number 1 in the world, they're number 1 in your car. No, you can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion.
Ken Clay is coming on a pitch for the Yankees while Ken loosens up. Quick look at the scoreboard. Milwaukee over Toronto in the first of 2, 7-5. Castro the winner, Tom Murphy the loser. Gorman Thomas got his 14th homer. Dave McKay his first. At the end of 3, Baltimore 3, California nothing. Jim Palmer trying to pitch another shutout. Ken Brett going for California. Red Sox 8, Oakland nothing, end of 3. Broberg started. Hevelo in the second. Tiant going for Boston. Rice is 20th, and Yastrzemski is 4th homer of the year. Texas at Chicago. It'll be Matlack against Schuler. Cleveland at Minnesota. David Clyde unbeaten this year against Erickson. Detroit at Kansas City. Jack Billingham against Paul Splitoff. In the National League, Cincinnati over the Cubs 3-1. And the Giants over Philadelphia 2-1. We mentioned both those games, very fast games, an hour and 49 minutes in Cincinnati and an hour and 38 minutes in San Francisco. Atlanta 4, Cardinals 1 end of 4. Jeff Burrows got his 6th homer of the year. Murphy is 5th for the Braves. And the rest of the scores later on. Bill?
All right, Scooter. Danny Meyer will lead off against Ken Clay in the top of the 3rd. Seattle leads the Yankees by a score of 5-1. Andy Messersmith pitched 2 innings, gave up 5 runs on 3 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Myers fouls the first pitch off and out of play. It'll be Meyer, Bhakti, and Lee Stanton for the Mariners against Ken Clay. Here in the 3rd inning. Clay rocks and deals the 0-1 pitch. Low and away, it's 1-1. Clay's making his 13th appearance for the Yankees. His 11th relief appearance. He's made 2 starts. He's won 1 and lost 3. 1-1 pitch. Meyer lines it to center field. Blair's after, will not get to it. He'll backhand it. Meyer around first base and decides to stop as Blair gets the ball in the zebra. And Blair gets a good hand for a good play. Paul Blair was playing Meyer to pull. He laced it into left center, and Blair on the long run backhanded it and got it into second quickly, holding Meyer to first. Here's Bruce Bhakti, the left fielder, who's been up once, single to center, and scored a run. Scored the Mariners' first run on a single by Bill Stein. Then the Mariners got 4 quick runs on a grand slam home run by Graig Reynolds. Now Bruce Bhakti's in. Here's the pitch to Bhakti. Called strike, a fastball on the outside corner. Now Clay's at the belt. And the 0-1 pitch. Inside, it gets past Munson and goes near the Yankee dugout. Going down to second is Meyer. Munson picks the ball up, and it should be a wild pitch. Ball's down in the dirt, kicked off Munson's shin guard and caromed off toward the Yankee dugout. Myers going to second. We'll wait for the official scores ruling. Wild pitch for Ken Clay. They count 1 ball and 1 strike on Bruce Bhakti. Now the set. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Low, 2 balls and a strike. Now, Scooter, coming into tonight's ball game. Let's see, last year, Graig Reynolds had 5 home runs. Well, that's his major league total, 5 home runs. 2-1. Swung on it into center field. Blair going back. Meyer tagging at second. Blair makes a tag. Throw over to third base. Will not be in time. It's cut off by Fred Stanley. Oh, there's one away. Danny Meyer now at third base. The batter's Lee Stanton.
Right now, 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
The names of Governor Hugh Carey and Assembly Minority Leader Perry Duryea are now the official designees of their respective party for governor. An Ulster County jury has found Tony Provenzano guilty of murder. I'm Doug LaRock, and I'll have the details on these and other stories following the Yankees ball game here on 1460 WOKO-Albany.
Infield in for the Yankees. The pitch to Stanton is down low, ball 1. Looking at Graig Reynolds' record in 173 games throughout his previous Major League career, he hit just 5 home runs. 1-0. Swung on, hit in the air to right field. Going back is Zebra, coming on is Jackson. And Jackson can't get to the ball. It falls and goes by him. 1 run scores, and Stanton goes into second base with a stand-up double. Well, with the infield in, Zebra could not get to the ball. Jackson digging hard toward the infield, could not get to it. Ball hit and bounced past Jackson. Meyer scored. Stanton chugged into second base with a 2-base hit and a run batted in. Mariners now lead 6-1.
Tough for George Zebra going out there to try and fill Willie Randolph's shoes. Willie would have had both of those high pop flies hit. The one Zebra lost when you're not used to playing in the twilight, not quite dark enough, and that one in shallow right field. Willie with a lot more speed than Zebra.
Here's John Hale, the left-handed hitting right fielder. Stanton off second, 1 away. Hale slashes one back foul and out of play. Well, the Mariners already have 6 runs on 5 base hits. We're just in the top half of the 3rd inning. The Yankees have 1 run on 2 base hits against Tom House. Now Clay sets. The 1-strike pitch. Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes on Hale. The Yankees in the bottom of this inning will have Stanley, White, and Blair against Tom House. Stan does not take too big a lead at second base. Clay checks him. 2-strike pitch. Inside, 1-2. More on Mr. Reynolds, who hit the Grand Slam home run this year. He's playing in his 63rd ball game, and he has 3 home runs, so that's a total of 8 Major League home runs for him. 1-2 pitch. Low, gets past Munson, but not far enough for Stanton to advance. Munson pounces on it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Clay looks in at third for a sign. Still looking. Now he sets. 2-2 pitch. Low, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes on John Hale. Hale now batting at 183 after, well, he walked in the 2nd inning, so that did not affect his batting average. He's still batting 183. Walked and scored on the home run, the Grand Slam home run by Graig Reynolds. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Straight down. Got him on the leg. Count remains 3-2. Rich Garcia, the home plate umpire, looks at the ball. It's all right. He gives it back to Ken Clay. Now the set by Clay. And the payoff pitch. Swung on it on the ground to second base. Zieber digs it out. Throws on the first base. Have got Hale, and Stanton goes to third. 2 outs. The batter now, Bill Stein, the third baseman, who singled in a run in the second inning, scored himself on Reynolds' home run. So Stein is 1 for 1, batting now at .255. The run batted in was his 14th of the year. Clay rocks and deals to Stein. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, bounced slowly towards short. Stretch Stanley has it. Throws on the first base, and the side is retired. 1 run on 2 base hits. The man left on base after 2.5 here at the stadium. The Mariners 6, the Yankees 1.
When you do it yourself, we want you to do it right.
When you're moving on with Ehrlich, you're moving with an easy smile. Ehrlich has replacement parts that last a long, long while. Give your car a fresh start with Ehrlich Auto Parts. Go with Ehrlich, get a fresh start.
Did you know we have more than 150 people at 15 different Ehrlich locations? We want to make sure you get the right auto part the first time so you can do the job right. And as you're tooling down the road toward vacation this summer, it's nice to know your car will get up and go. But you'd better make sure it will slow down and stop too. That's why we suggest this year you should give your car a break with long-wearing, top-quality Ray Bestis brake parts. Ray Bestis disc brakes or Ray Bestis drum brakes from Ehrlich Auto Parts and other fine auto parts stores.
Give your car a fresh start with Ehrlich Auto Parts. Go with Ehrlich, get a fresh start.
Orbit sugar-free gum gives you a cool, refreshing taste that's out of this world. A taste people really like. Listen.
Orbit tastes great. That's why I always chew it.
Orbit is my favorite because it's cool and refreshing. Hey, I really like Orbit too.
My whole family loves the taste of Orbit sugar-free gum. It's delicious. And besides, it's made with only natural sweeteners.
Try Orbit sugar-free gum for a cool, refreshing taste that's out of this world.
WOKO!
Brad Stanley leads off with the Yankees here in the bottom of the third, takes a strike from Tom House. Mariners 6, Yankees 1. The Yankees have their work cut out for them. Stanley bounces one wide to third. The shortstop Reynolds digs it out. Long throw to first in plenty of time. 1 away.
You know, some of our guests receive a handsome watch from the Citizen Watch Company, one of the world's largest watch manufacturers. Citizen watches are known for superior accuracy, exceptional styling, and durability. Others receive son of a gun, Clairol's Little Red 1250-watt hair dryer. Separate controls for heat and airflow, 6 different settings from hot to cool.
Here's Roy White. Doubled and scored the Yankee run. Roy takes outside, ball 1. 1 out, nobody on here in the third inning. The Mariners ahead, 6-1. Hit in the air to left field. Going back is Boxy. He's got plenty of room and makes the catch. 2 outs.
All right, let's take 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
You're listening to New York Yankee Baseball on 1460 WOKO-Albany.
Batter now is Paul Blair. Looking at this note scooter. Evidently, Rod Carew has been withdrawn from the trading block.
Yes. Says he's going to finish out the year with the Twins and then be traded at the end of the year.
First pitch to Blair is inside, ball 1. Fouled back by Blair. It's 1-1. Well, they said Carew will remain a Twin then. Here's a 1-1 to Blair. Inside, 2-1. Their translation of Griffith's statement is that it meant none of the 6 American League teams which bid for Carew, only 5 of which were considered, put up enough to get the 6-time American League batting champion. Blair fouls the next one off, 2-2. Evidently, and according to this report, the Royals, the Rangers, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the California Angels, and the Indians made bids for Rod Carew. The Indians. 2-2 is line foul. Where are they going?
I don't know. I think they just wanted to get a little publicity. No way they could pay for Carew.
Well, I don't know. They're paying Rick Manning $300 grand.
That was before Gabe Paul got there.
2-2 pitch hit in the air in left field. Boxey's after it. He's there, and the left fielder makes the catch, and the side is retired. 3 up and 3 down for the second inning in a row. And at the end of 3, the Mariners 6, the Yankees 1.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find our name is known. You can trust the Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery.
The Delco Freedom Battery is truly maintenance-free. It never needs water, so the power is sealed in. Get freedom. You'll say, thanks, Delco.
You're welcome.
They've got stuff when the starting's tough. You can trust the Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery. Delco, thanks, Delco.
I love my stones, my beautiful stones, my super sports stones, my beautiful super sports stones.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? You love your stones.
I love my Firestones, my new Firestone Super Sport. Oh, you mean these tires?
Oh, they are good looking. They've got raised white letters.
Stylish, don't you think? And they come in many sizes, 50 series, 60 series, 70
You
series.
mean for bands, compact, sports cars?
Everything except teeny tiny.
Well, we needn't go into that. Here, let me examine that tread. I've never seen anything like it.
That's an aggressive tread, my friend. Super Sports means business. They really grip that old pavement. High performance is my life.
Here, I'll show you. Hold it. I'm still examining this tread.
I must restrain myself, but I'm crazy about my Firestone tires. I even sing a little song about them. It goes something like this. I love my stones, my super sports stones, my beautiful super sports stones.
You really love your Firestone Super Sports, don't you?
Well, actually, we're just good friends.
Mariners batting top of the fourth inning, and here's the scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
All right, Bob Stinson, who struck out, leads off, takes a pitch down low, ball 1. So I'm getting into trouble again. I said they shouldn't have given Zebra an error on that fly ball he didn't see. Some Huckleberry listening misunderstood it for couldn't give him an error. There's a line drive base hit up the alley in left center. Roy White overcuts it off, and Stinson's on with a long single. White and Blair have really been hustling out there, cutting potential doubles and triples into singles. But the Mariners have their hitting shoes on tonight. And now Julio Cruz, who walked and bounced into a force play. Julio Cruz. Tell you, they got a lot of young, good-looking ball players on this club. Cruz will not be 24 till December 22nd, and the pitch down low as Cruz bluffed the bunt. Pulled the bat back. He is fast. Batting .269. Stinson at first. Chambliss holding him on. Nettles is in at third. The Mariners lead 6-1 here in the top of the fourth. And he squares and bunts and fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck is Graig Reynolds. So Cruz is 23. Reynolds, I believe, is only 23. That double play combination will be around for a long time. No, make Reynolds 25. All right, Clay gets the sign from Munson. There goes Stinson. The ball is swung at, missed. Munson's throw, 1 hopper to Stanley, not in time. Thurman had to reach twice for that ball. It was down low, and a stolen base for Bob Stinson. And he certainly does not get many in his career. Let's see how many that is for him this year. Before I spill that coffee as Frank Messer sits down. For Stinson, his second stolen base of the year. He's been caught stealing once. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cruz, nobody out. The kick and the pitch inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 delivery, ground ball to short. Stanley up, holds the runner at second, throws Cruz out by a step. And there's 1 away. And that will bring up Graig Reynolds, who hit the big blow in this ball game. He had bounced to first in the first inning, but then in the second, with bases loaded, hit a home run in the lower deck in right field. A grand slammer. And the Mariners are out in front 6-1. Reynolds having an outstanding year, batting .323. Pitch is over the corner, strike call. Frank Messer, same thing happened with Tom House on the mound out in Seattle. He got a big lead, and the Yankees were never able to whittle away at it. A looper in a shallow left center, but Blair to his right is in and makes the catch. 2 men out.
Some of the Seattle people tell me that House is really pitching for a job here tonight in this ball game. That he's a little shaky ground with the Seattle ball club.
Oh, well, I tell you, we have only seen him against the Yankees, and he pitched outstanding ball in Seattle, and again through 3 innings here tonight. So maybe when your job's on the line, you give it that little extra. Rupert Jones, 0 for 2, is fly to center, bounce to third, and swings and misses strike 1. He was really late on that swing. The kick and the pitch down low, 1-1. Two out in the top of the 4th. Stinson off second. Pitch by Clay, swinging a foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, those Giants getting that good pitching again. Win their ball game 2-1, bye to blue again, huh?
Yeah, an hour and 38 minutes. More and nothing but strikes.
That's your kind of ball game.
Yep. Love that kind of game. Right of Blues, really. I saw him interviewed. He's a different man since he got away from Oakland and Fenway. Smiling again. Got a world of potential. Now the pitch, and he jammed him, and he just fouled it off. And that hit off the foot of Rupert Jones as he drops the bat. Hands on his knees, waiting for the trainer to come out.
You know, it's really a blessing for a ball club when they go along through a season without serious injury on the club. Yankees right now with some key people. Curtin, Willie Randolph. Evidently, Mickey Rivers ailing a little bit.
Yep. That's a shame. You need Mickey in there. He gets things started. All right, a ball and 2 strikes on Jones. The pitch, foul, tipped in and out of Munson's glove. It's still a ball and 2 strikes.
Bucky Dent still suffering with a hamstring pull. Well, those are something I don't guess anybody understands much about the hamstring. When you pull it, I don't think anybody can predict when it's going to come back.
No, and you can't realize how painful it is. Swing and a miss. He got him. Clay picks up his first strikeout. No runs, a base hit, no errors, a man left. At the end of 3.5, Mariners 6, Yankees 1.
Cahoe's Tobacco Company has more to offer than the name implies. They carry one of the largest inventories of all Zenith products in the Tri-City area. Color and black and white TVs, table models, and console stereos, and video cassette recorders. All TVs are delivered free of charge within the Tri-City area by servicemen who adjust each set specifically to your location. Cahoe's Tobacco Company has its own service department on the premises, and they therefore personally guarantee and personally stand behind each and every Zenith product they sell. Color portable TVs in 13, 17, 19, 23, and 25-inch diagonal, and color consoles in 23 and 25-inch diagonal, available in modern, Mediterranean, and early American styles. All available at Cahoe's Tobacco Company's everyday low prices. Stop in, check it out. Cahoe's Tobacco Company, centrally located in downtown Cahoe's at 60 Remsen Street.
Street. Open Tuesday and Friday till 9, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday till 5:30. Closed Sunday and Monday. More to offer than the name implies. Cahoe's Tobacco Company.
Chuck Fisher of Littleton, Colorado. How long do you want your car to last?
Gee, forever, I guess. I've already had it over 98,000 miles and runs great. Never had any engine problems, never lifted the head. I do tune it often, and I also change the oil a lot, and I've always used Quaker State.
America's best-selling motor oil can't promise everyone that mileage, but Quaker State helps cars last, and that's a fact.
Change to Quaker State. Quaker State helps cars last.
All right, Frank Messer. The Yankees have not had a big inning in a long, long time. They're about overdue. Thurman Munson will try and get them started. The changeup high and outside, ball one. Thurman bounced to short his first time up. It'll be Munson, Piniella, and Chambliss against the off-speed pitcher Tom House. He loops one in a line drive, base hit, left center field. Rupert Jones over quickly, and Munson's on with a line single to left center.
That extends Thurman Munson's hitting streak now through 7 games. He's picked up a real hot bat here over the last week or so.
All right, Frank, here's Lou Piniella. He drove in the Yankee run in the first inning with a line single to center. Continued on to second on a throw to the plate, but was stranded when Chambliss flied to center. 6-1, the Mariners lead the Yankees. While the Red Sox are shellacking Oakland 8-0 in the 5th. And Jim Palmer's on his way to another shutout. 5-0 at the end of 4.5. Pitch low to Piniella, ball one.
There's that Louis Peon pitching that ball game for the Boston Red Sox tonight, too, huh?
Yeah, well, let's see. They had a shutout in yesterday's game. Peon going for another one tonight.
Jim Wright had a 2-hitter last night.
Yeah. There's a base hit up the alley in right center, and that might score Munson. It will score Munson, and Piniella is around second base. He's going to third. The throw to third. Piniella slides, and he's in with a triple. Sweet Lou Piniella went with that screwgy outside and drove it up the alley in right center field. Munson scores easily, and Pinella's on with a triple. And it's now the Mariners 6 and the Yankees 2.
That is Pinella's third 3-base hit of the year and gives him an even 20 runs batted in. I tell you, let's see Piniella go around those bases. He's not the fastest man in the world, but he runs hard. He makes a job out of that. He gets there.
He really does, Frank. He struggles, but he never gives up. So Pinella's at third. The infield is back. And Chris Chambliss the batter. Chris can make it a 6-3 ball game right here. House pitching from a set position. Delivers, and it's low and outside, ball one. And we've got a little bit of action out in the Mariners bullpen. Raleigh Shane. Shane Raleigh. They put the last name first. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Shane Raleigh. He's another left-hander. All right, nobody out here. The stretch by House. And the pitch is fouled back into the seats and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Say that Shane Raleigh warms up just about every night. He's been in 25 ball games already.
House shakes off one sign. Now he's got the one he likes. And the curve high and outside, it's 2-2. And House wants to exchange baseball. Does with plate umpire Rich Garcia.
They were talking about some of the better pitchers in the league when you talk about Tion Palmer. How about Ron Guidry? He's going to go again Saturday. He'll be going for his 11th straight win against the California Angels Saturday night.
He really is unbelievable. Skinny little left-hander. As a ground ball hit wide at third, they hold Piniella at third, and they throw Chambliss out. So 1 away, and the batter now Graig Nettles. Stein was playing wide of third, fielded that ball near shortstop, but with nobody out, Hauser wisely held Piniella at third. Now on a ground ball, Piniella will be charging in with one out. The infield remains back, and Stein very wide of third base again. Nettles popped up to Stein his first time up. All right, Tom House comes down to the belt. And that pitch, high and tight, ball one. Again, Nettles stepping into the pitch looking for a breaking ball, and the fastball tailed into him. Graig had to hit the deck last night on a similar pitch. Piniella with a good lead at third. That curve is bounced foul outside of first. Down the line, grabbed by a fan. 1-1.
I tell you, that House might have got by with a pitch there, too, because he had that curveball up right high.
Yep. Graig jumped on it, but just a little bit out in front. Nettles looking for his 26th run batted into the year. House with a long look in for the sign. Now he's set. Curve outside, 2-1. Good motion by House on that one. Had Nettles way out in front, but Graig held off it. On deck, Reggie Jackson. Now the 2-1 pitch. Foul back upstairs and out of play. Two balls, two strikes, one out, 6-2. Seattle over the Yankees here in the bottom of the fourth. Stretch by House. Pitch popped up in shallow right, going back as Cruz to second base, but Piniella's tagging. And the throw to the plate sends Piniella back to third. He jammed Nettles right on the fist. Cruz really got rid of that ball in a hurry. And now Reggie Jackson. And Reggie is really overdue. It was against the Mariners that Reggie hit his last home runs, number 9 and 10 in the same ball game. But since then, he has been in a slump. Has had just one base hit, and that was a check swing single in last night's ball game. Look at that right field is playing very shallow on Jackson, and so is the center fielder Jones. 2 out. Piniella's still at third. Pitch to Reggie, high, ball one. On deck, George Zieber. House gets the sign. He sets. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1. Boy, I tell you, Reggie is swinging right through the pitches. He normally hits 10 miles. One ball, one strike, 2 out. The kick and the pitch hit his bat. That would have hit him if it didn't hit his bat as he tried to duck out of the way. It's a ball and 2 strikes. House has really got him set up now for a sidearm curveball. 2 pitches right in on him. Piniella leads off third. A little left-handed set. And the pitch, the curve is low and outside. Reggie laid off. It's 2-2. Reggie adjusts the glasses. Now they're both ready. And the pitch. He hits one, a base hit to center field. Frank, did he pick that off his ear or not?
He did. He was just fighting that pitch off. It was high and inside on him. There's another one that, well, Reggie is so strong. He got the bat handle on it. Still got enough power to get it down into center field for a base hit and a run batted in, making a 6-3 ball game. But that pitch almost would have hit him if he hadn't made contact with it.
Unbelievable. All right, Jackson at first. Piniella scores, as Frank told you. It's 6-3 and George Zieber the batter. Zieber line to left his first time up. The stretch by House. He throws to first. Reggie back. Zieber steps back. Now he's back in the batter's box. Zieber looking for his first hit of the year. And the pitch, changeup outside, ball one. Fred Stanley on deck. So the Yankees are back in this ball game. They were trailing 6-1. Now it's 6-3. 2 men out. Stretch by House. Way high and outside, ball 2, 2-0. House gets the sign from Stinson. And the pitch, swing and a miss of Scrooge going down and away. 2 balls and a strike. House seems to be a better pitcher when he's behind. The hitters are up there looking for the fastball. Takes a little bit off and they're out in front. Jackson leading away. And the pitch, bouncing ball is third. Stein up. He'll go to second for the 4th play. That's all for the Yankees, but they pick up 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and a man left at the end of 4. Mariners 6, Yankees 3.
Hey, Phil, do you think Frank Messer deserves a Butterfinger for doing such a great announcing job today?
Well, Bill, he was good, but I don't know if he was that good.
But Frank's a great sportscaster. He was Sportscaster of the Year 3 times down in Virginia.
Yeah, but you know Butterfingers, crispy layers of peanut butter, crunchy candy, a chocolatey covering.
But Frank's won all sorts of awards from AP and UPI.
Yeah, but still...
And if Frank weren't here, you'd have to broadcast the last 3.
Frank Messer has just earned his Butterfinger.
The day is done.
Coming home.
It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind.
Welcome home.
So just say, bud.
Say bud.
Talk about your golden moment. This is it. Relaxing after a long day with the easy taste of Budweiser. But when you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Ron Guidry, certainly the talk of the American League. Young Yankee left-hander going after win number 11 Saturday night here against the California Angels. We don't know who California is going to pitch, but if it should be Nolan Ryan, that'd be quite a matchup. Frank Tanana, Scooter, told me he didn't think he would pitch in this series.
No, and Nolan Ryan pulled a muscle running in the outfield yesterday in his leg, so
I didn't hear that.
He might not pitch.
Well, anyway, we got Guidry going Saturday night, 8 o'clock ball game, as the Yankees face the California Angels. On the scoreboard, I'll throw them in, Scooter, as you go ahead with the play-by-play.
All right.
Milwaukee beat Toronto 7-5 in their first game, and second game is scoreless and 1.
All right, Dan Meyer has struck out, singled, and scored a run. And Clay's pitch line, a leap by Zeeby. Knocks it down, picks it up, throw to first. They got him. I don't know what Meyer was doing unless he thought Zeba caught that ball. George leaped. It hit the heel of his glove, bounded to his right. He picked it up, threw a one bounce to the Chambliss, and they still got Meyer.
I'll tell you, Meyer's got good speed. He should have beaten that out.
Yep.
I was watching Zeba box that ball out there and didn't see what Meyer was doing down around home
I
plate.
didn't either, Frank, but he must have thought Zeba caught it, and he stopped.
He had to. Otherwise, he would have beaten that one out because he has good speed.
Bhakti has singled and scored, line to center. He's also taken a ball.
Baltimore going for their 13th straight win, lead 5-0 over California at the end of 5.
There's a foul out of play, 1-1.
You know, if Jim Palmer, pitching for Baltimore tonight, has allowed only 1 run in his last 5 starts?
Yep.
And that was to the California Angels on the West Coast.
All right, here's the 1-1 delivery. Slice foul, strike 2.
Boston leads Oakland 8-0 at the end of 6 innings now. Rice and Yastrzemski are both home, and Rice has now hit 20 home runs this year. Chicago leads Texas 1-0 at the end of 1. Minnesota 2, Cleveland 0 at the end of 2.5. Detroit and Kansas City scoreless in the bottom half of the third at KC.
All right, here's the 1-2 pitch by Clay. He checked his swing, and it's down low, 2-2.
National League this afternoon, the Reds beat the Cubs 3-1. Manny Sarmiento got the win over Roberts.
The 2-2 pitch. Line fair ball bouncing off the wall. Jackson up with it. Throw to second base, but it's wide of the mark. And backing up nicely is Graig Nettles. Over at third is Clay. Goes as a double. Good throw would have got Bhakti. Oh, that's the fourth hit off Clay, the seventh for the Mariners, and the second for Bhakti. More scores, Frank?
Yeah, we told you about Vita Blue winning his 8th ball game. San Francisco edged Philadelphia 2-1. Randy Moffett saved it for him. Larry Christensen, the loser. Atlanta leads St. Louis 6-1 at the end of 5. Jeff Burroughs is homered. Houston won, Pittsburgh nothing at the end of 1.5. Montreal failed to score in the first of a doubleheader at San Diego. The Mets play the Dodgers later.
All right, Frank, here's Lee Stanton, who swings lines one to right center field. That ball's going to drop in. And Blair gets it, throws to the plate. But Bhakti's going to score, and going to second base is Stanton on Blair's overthrow. He missed the cutoff man. A single, a run batted in. He goes to second on the throw. And now the Mariners lead 7-3.
I'll tell you that Lee Stanton has really been ruination for the Yankees.
He's not hitting much against anybody but the Yankees.
Well, he had 4 for 11 out in Seattle in the Kingdome in the series out there, including a double and a home run and 2 RBIs. And he's had a single and a double tonight. Reached on that costly error that cost the Yankees 4 runs.
Right. All right, John Hale has walked and bounced to second base. 1 out. Stanton at second. And the Mariners leading 7-3. Clay to the belt. And the pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 1. Hale, a left-hand batter. Clay kicks and the pitch, swing and a foul tip. 0-2. Stanton, good-sized lead at second base. The next pitch is just inside. Clay wanted that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stanley trying to bluff Stanton back. Didn't work. And the pitch is strike 3 call. That time he got it. Second strikeout for Clay. And the batter now, Bill Stein. Stein singled a drive and a run in the second inning and later scored. And then he bounced to short. 1 for 2, batting .254. First pitch to Stein, swing and a foul tip, strike 1. Kenny Clay to the belt. Pop up, and it looks playable by Chambliss right in front of the Yankee dugout. Chris one-hands it on the top step. But the Mariners pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. And at the end of 4.5, Seattle 7 and the Yankees 3.
Cahoe's Tobacco Company has more to offer than the name implies. They carry a full line of all Panasonic products, including Panasonic clock radios, table radios, portable and pocket-sized transistors, cassette and 8-track tape players and recorders, Panasonic CBs, 5 to 19-inch diagonal black and white TVs, 10 to 19-inch diagonal color TVs. Outstanding values and exceptional prices on Panasonic products now. A Panasonic 12-inch diagonal color portable, only $269. 9-inch diagonal battery-operated black and white TV, just $149. Panasonic digital clock radio, $39.95. A Panasonic AM/FM stereo 8-track and record player for just $169. Cahoe's Tobacco carries a full line of Panasonic stereo components, including turntables, speakers, headphones, amps, and component tape decks. Stop in and check out the complete Panasonic line at Cahoe's Tobacco Company, 60 Remsen Street, Cahoe's. Open Tuesday and Friday till 9, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday till 5:30. Closed Sunday and Monday. More to offer than the name implies. Cahoe's Tobacco Company.
X-Lax. You know you can count on its doctor-proven laxative ingredient. X-Lax. You keep it on hand in case of occasional constipation. You use it as directed. X-Lax. Are you sure it's in your medicine cabinet now?
Now, Bicozene Cream, medical formula for itching. You can buy a powerful anti-itch drug without a doctor's prescription. Bicozene, for the painful itching of your most sensitive skin. Powerful, use only as directed. Bicozene.
All right, Fred Stanley hits a hard grounder by Bill Stein in the left field. Picking it up quickly is Reynolds, and Stanley is on with what should be a base hit. And it is a base hit.
And we'll pause 5 seconds now for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
You're listening to New York Yankee Baseball on 1460 WOKO-Albany.
All right, that's the 6th hit for the Yankees. It brings up Roy White, who doubled and scored in the first inning, and flied to left field in the third. Oh, once again, the Yankees trailing by 4 now here in the bottom of the 5th. Stretch by House. And the pitch to Roy White is inside, ball 1. Danny Meyer holding first base against Stanley. House to the belt. Outside. 2 balls, no strikes. And once again, action in the Seattle bullpen. Shane Rawley, who was up last inning. House kicks, and the pitch is over, strike called, 2-1. Tom House. He has a 65-mile-per-hour fastball, about a 20-mile-per-hour screwball. And the pitch is a swing and a miss. White out in front. It's 2-2. Roy was swinging for the fences on that one. He's got to protect the plate now. Paul Blair is on deck. Stanley with a short lead at first. Just inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Slow breaking pitch that time by House. Full count on Roy White. Stretch by House. Throws to first, but Stanley back easily. House nods his head at the sign. And the payoff pitch is popped up. And back of the plate, Stinson coming back. He's got room. And makes the catch. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. It'll bring up Paul Blair, who's flied to center and flied to left. Blair batting 200. All right, House looks in for the sign. And the pitch to Blair, popped up. Third baseman Stein is under it. And Stein makes the catch right in front of the Mariner bullpen. 2 easy outs. I tell you, if all the Yankees would go up there and hit like Piniella and hit where the ball is pitched, they'd have a picnic against House. But most of them are going up there trying to pull his off-speed pitches, and they're just hitting these little pop-ups. Here's Thurman Munson, who bounced to short, single to left center field. Thurman has scored a run.
Both White and Blair popped those balls up right off the bat handle.
Yep. See, Munson with just 3 home runs so far this year. Thurman has not hit a stride. He's hitting .279. So Stanley, who opened the inning with a single, is still at first. Now there are 2 outs. And the kick and the pitch is a curve over, strike call. On deck, Lou Piniella. House sets again. And there's one line to left field, and it's in for extra bases. Stanley is around second, and they hold him at third base. And Munson ripped a double to left field as he golfed one. And now Lou Piniella, who is 2 for 2 and has driven in 2 runs.
Well, before Piniella steps in, Wes Stock, the pitching coach, is going to go out there, and Stock is going to make the pitching change. Stock has already waved to the bullpen. They'll get Shane Raleigh into this ball game. Right now, there's a break in the action with the score Seattle 7 and the New York Yankees 3.
This is Mel Allen. Some air freight companies have a lot of speed but no control. Thanks to Emery's computer tracking system, Emery's not one of them. Emery, the Air Force in air freight.
Well, it's a tough decision to make on behalf of the Seattle Mariners. They're leading 7-3 in the ball game, and if House could retire one more batter, he'd be eligible for a win. As it is, he can get no decision in this ball game, even though he'll leave with a 4-run lead. Starting pitcher has to go 5 innings to qualify for a win in a ball game. Well, Wes Stock out there under orders, of course, from the manager, Darrell Johnson, and he yanks House out and brings Shane Raleigh in. Remember, we're right in the middle of the balloting for this year's All-Star team. You can get your ballot here at Yankee Stadium or at any All-Star display and vote for your favorite ball players. They'll be joining manager Billy Martin at this year's game in San Diego. The Yankees have 7 men listed on the ballot, and there's also room for write-ins like Lou Piniella if you so desire. Lou Piniella with 2 hits in this ball game started tonight batting .311. So you can pick up your ballots here or at selected locations where you see the All-Star display and vote for your favorite players. I'll tell you, if I was voting for a pitcher, my starter would be the young man who's going to start out here Saturday night, Ron Guidry. Of course, that will be up to Billy Martin to name the pitching staff and the alternates for the ball game. But you don't have to go to San Diego to see Ron Guidry pitch. Just come out to Yankee Stadium Saturday night because we're guaranteed that he will be the starting pitcher Saturday night against the California Angels, going for his 11th straight win.
All right, Frank, Shane Raleigh, another left-hander. He's won 3, lost 5 this year. He's making his 26th appearance of the year. Lou Piniella, the batter. Lou has singled and tripled. He's driven in 2 and scored 1. The Mariners lead 7-3 here in the bottom of the 5th. Munson at second, Stanley at third. Pitch to Piniella, foul back to the screen, strike 1. Quickly on the scoreboard, Milwaukee defeated Toronto 7-5 in the first. Milwaukee leads 1-0 into 2 of the second. Jim Palmer still working on a shutout, 5-0 at the end of 6. Red Sox 8, Oakland 0 at the end of 6.5. White Sox 1, Texas 0 into 1. Minnesota 5, Cleveland 0 into 3. And Kansas City 4, Detroit 0 into 3.5. Here's the stretch. And the pitch fouled in the upper deck out of play. 0-2 on Piniella in the National League. Cincinnati 3, Cubs 1 a final. Another final, Giants 2, Phillies 1. At the end of 6.5, Atlanta 7, St. Louis 1. At the end of 2.5, Houston 2, Pittsburgh 0. Other scores later on. The Mets are at Los Angeles. 2 quick strikes on Lou Piniella. 2 out, 2 on. Raleigh kicks, delivers a check swing pop-up, and it could be tough to handle. And he's safe at first base. A run scores and a throw to third. They got Munson hung up, and Munson is out at the plate. What a base hit that was by Piniella. Holy cow, he tried to check his swing. It broke his bat, hit the ground, had a lot of English on it. Raleigh and Danny Meyer went for it. Piniella beat it out for a base hit. 1 run scored. But Munson was caught off third base. So at the end of 5 innings, it's the Mariners 7 and the Yankees 4.
When do you think?
When it's 5 p.m. and I close up my clock shop here. That's it.
Right on time, my friend. But of course, any time is the right time for the smooth taste of Budweiser.
King of beers is waiting for you when you say Budweiser.
No time like present.
You said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
If you drive along the highway or make tracks across the snow, even biking across the country, Champion is the way to go. If you go across the skyway or go cruising out to sea, if you're into racing go-karts, Champion is the plug you need. You can't buy a better plug, can't rely on a better plug. For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all.
Champion sparks the winners, too. When your motorcycle needs new spark plugs, choose Champion plugs. Last year, bikes equipped with Champion spark plugs won 14 of the 16 U.S. and World Motorcycle Racing Championships. That's why racers around the world rely on Champions. You know.
Buy a better plug, can't rely on a better plug. For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all. For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all.
The names of Governor Hugh Carey and Assembly Minority Leader Perry Duryea have now become the official designees of their respective parties to run for governor. An Ulster County jury has handed down a verdict of guilty in the Tony Provenzano murder trial. And a surrogate court judge says they must decide the issue of jurisdiction in the Joey Hoffbauer case before they can go further. I'm Doug LaRock, and I'll have the details of these and other stories following the Yankees ball game here on 1460 WOKO-Albany.
The first pitch to Stinson is looped over Stanley's head in the left field, a base hit. Roy White up with it. Stinson now 2 for 3. That's the 6th hit off Clay and the 9th for the Mariners. That'll bring up Julio Cruz, who has walked, bounced into a forced play, and bounced to short. Stretched by Clay, and the pitch he squares, bunts, foul, and Nick Munson again. Boy, Thurman's really been getting hit lately.
Just have the rundown on Tom House, the starter. He pitched 4 2/3 innings, not enough to qualify for a win. Allowed 4 runs all earned on 7 hits. He did not walk anybody, nor did he strike out anybody. So the pitcher of record for the Seattle Mariners right now, Shane Rawley.
All right, Frank. 1 strike on Cruz. He squares the bunt, takes it low, 1-1. Both Chambliss and Nettles charging in with the pitch. Well, Jim Palmer has lost his chance for another shutout as California came up with 2 in the top of the 7th, but Baltimore still leads 5-2. Here's the kick and the pitch. He bunts at it and fouls it again, and it Nick Munson once more.
Looked like this one got him right on the foot, on the toe.
So it's a ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 6th. Seattle 7, Yankees 4. There was a grand slam home run hit by Craig Reynolds in the 2nd inning. Throw to first. Stinson is back. It looks like Sparky Lyle out in the bullpen, or am I mistaken?
You're not mistaken. That's Sparky Lyle.
All right. Clay sets, and the pitch fouled right over towards the Yankee dugout. Still a ball and 2 strikes.
Y'all talk about the fact that Raleigh Eastwick was traded today to the Philadelphia Phillies for Jay Johnstone.
Yeah, and that kid Bob Brown, who's got a can't-miss sign on him. Another throw to first, Stinson back. I think Raleigh be used very well by the Phillies. He did well while he was a Yankee. And there's a base hit to the opposite field. He went with that pitch to left field, hit a bullet out to Roy White. Runners at first and second now, nobody out. 7 hits off Kenny Clay. And the batter, Graig Nettles, bounced to first, hit the grand slam homer, and fly to center. 4 of the 7 runs scored by the Mariners are unearned. And now Nettles coming over to talk with Clay and give Sparky a little more time to warm up. Kind of a delaying tactic, getting a sign from Billy Martin in the dugout. Also to talk over the possibility of a bunt situation. And now Munson's going to go out and talk with Clay, which another indication that they want to get Sparky ready out in the bullpen. There's a break in the action with the score, Seattle 7, Yankees 4.
This is Mel Allen. You know, Emery doesn't put a package through spring training just because it reports in out of shape or overweight. At Emery, they take any size package, any shape, any weight to practically anywhere. Emery, the Air Force, and Air Freight.
All right, Reynolds ready to step in the batter's box. Billy Martin is ready to step up the steps. Here he comes. That's all for Clay. So Billy Martin on his way to the mound, and Sparky Lyle, by the time Billy gets out there and delays some more, will be ready. I noticed Billy stepped right on the foul line that time. Normally he steps over the foul line. Most managers are superstitious. Casey Stengel used to jump over the line.
Jumped over it?
Well, not really, but he starts to jump and just barely get his spikes off the ground. So now Billy's talking to Garcia, and they have called for Sparky Lyle.
Well, this weekend, the California Angels will be on here at Yankee Stadium, led in by Joe Rudy and Lyman Bostock. We invite you to be out here for all the action when the Yankees and the Angels meet in what could be a preview of October's playoffs. One never knows. Those games are Friday and Saturday nights at 8 o'clock, Sunday afternoon, which will be Bat Day at 2 o'clock. Tickets are now on sale here at the stadium. Ticketron on all Yankee ticket outlets. That is for everything except Sunday. I understand the only tickets available for Sunday are on sale here at the stadium.
Right, Frank.
Will be on sale tomorrow morning, is that correct?
Yep.
General admission and bleacher seats being sold in advance for Bat Day Sunday.
Just heard general admission are all gone, Frank.
Oh.
Only bleachers.
Well, that should be the biggest crowd of the year then Sunday.
Yep.
Could be the biggest crowd in the majors, couldn't it?
Could very well. We pack them in.
All right, anyway, if you haven't made your plans for Sunday, make your plans right now for Saturday night, because we've been telling you Guidry's going to pitch that ball game, and that could be a full house crowd. Well, while Sparky Lyle comes on, he'll be starting his warm-up pitches. We'll pluck a few farm notes out for you. Tacoma beat Tucson last night, 7-6. The Tacoma Yankees have now won 36 games, lost 21. They have a 3-game lead in the Pacific Coast League. Dave Rossich got the win in relief. It was his 4th win of the year. Gave up only 2 hits in the final 3 2/3 innings. Kid I like so much, Jerry Narron, big, strong, left-hand hitting catcher, hit a 3-run homer, his 3rd home run of the year. Roy Steger hit his 5th home run and had 2 runs batted in. Tommy Cruz had 2 doubles, a single, and 3 RBIs. And Del Alston added a single and a triple to the T-Yankee attack. West Haven beat Bristol 2-1, bringing the West Haven Yankees record to 36-24. They hold a 3-game lead over Bristol in the Eastern League. Jim Colonel went the distance for the win. Joe LaFay had an RBI triple. Fort Lauderdale dropped a 4-3 decision to Lakeland. The Fort Lauderdale Yankees are 3 games out of first place in the Florida State League. But 2 out of 3 isn't too bad. Both the top Yankee farm clubs, AAA Tacoma, has won 36 games, and AA West Haven has also won 36 ball games, and both of them lead their leagues. Both of them lead their leagues by 3 games. Unless the Yankees rally in this one, they might find their lead in the, or rather the Boston lead in the American League East up to 7 games. The Red Sox just running away with their ball game up at Fenway, and the Yankees have had a struggle right here with these Mariners. But we're still a long way from over, 7-4. We're in the 6th inning. Sparky Lyle is ready to work to Graig Nettles. Scooter Reynolds came in batting .320. He's hitting .322 now. When he started the game, he had the 4th highest batting average in the American League.
All right, he really looks sharp out in Seattle against the Yankees. They're looking for the bunt. The pitch, and he's swinging away. What a play by Nettles! Throw to first, double play. Holy cow! Nettles is unbelievable. He was charging in for the bunt. Graig Reynolds hit a bullet. Nettles, in self-defense, fell down, put the glove in front of his face, and had the ball. Got up off his knees and fired to first for a double play, almost a triple play.
It sure was almost a triple play, and I'll tell you, you don't see how Nettles can do it. He's got a big grin on his face down there right now. Ron Luciano became an audience of one, as Luciano did everything but bow down in front of Graig Nettles after that play. The more you see that man, the more you find it just so hard to believe that he can come up with the plays that he does.
No other third baseman would have been able to make that play. The reflexes were unbelievable. Can you imagine charging in? By the time he caught that ball, he was no more than 60 feet from home plate. Holy cow. Meanwhile, Rupert Jones bounces one Sparky up with it, throws to first. They got him. Great fielding play by Lyle. Holy cow, what a way to get out of an inning. And if that doesn't inspire the Yankees, nothing will. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, a man left. At the end of 5.5, Mariners 7, Yankees 4.
Listening to the Yankees here on OK Country or on your way to the Bronx to see the Bombers at the stadium, you know you're going to build up a big appetite. Nothing goes better with baseball than a Big Dom sub. Just as you never get tired of rooting for the Yanks, you'll never get tired of Big Dom subs. That's because there's so many delicious varieties to choose from, 37 in all. Whether you choose a mixed cold cut, a turkey, a shrimp torpedo, you know you're getting the best. Bakery fresh rolls, baked especially for Big Dom, are stacked high with garden fresh lettuce, tomatoes, and the filling of your choice. Big Dom makes those great hot subs, too. Meatball, sausage, veal, and peppers, topped with specially seasoned homemade sauces that make my mouth water just thinking about them. And be sure to try our brand new Little Joe Hot Deli Delights. 9 new sandwiches served hot on a sesame seed roll. Try Little Joe's hot barbecue beef with that tangy secret sauce. There's no way you can beat the great taste of a Big Dom sub or a Little Joe's Hot Deli Delight. But get the real McCoy at one of our 8 great Big Dom sub shops. If we had more locations, just like the New York Yankees, we'd be world champions, too.
Hello, everybody. Lowell Thomas for Air Temp, the people who give you air conditioning comfort. I've been to a lot of humid, baking hot places in this world, and they tell me Air Temp air conditioning is working just fine in most of those spots. With this world of experience, you'd expect quality room air conditioning from Air Temp, and that's what you get. For any unit from 5,000 to 32,500 BTU, check your Air Temp dealer. He's in the yellow pages. Let Air Temp air condition your corner of the world. So long.
And Chambliss hits the first pitch to left field for a base hit. I tell you, the defensive work by Nettles and also by Lyle, very unexpected, has got to shake the Yankees up. And here is Graig Nettles, and listen to this hand, a standing ovation for Nettles. That's the first hit off Shane Rawley. Chambliss at first. Yankees trailing 7-4. Graig, so far tonight, has popped to third and popped to second. The pitch to Nettles, high, ball 1. On deck, Reggie Jackson. Rawley to the belt, and his pitch is fouled just below us. Nettles had a good cut at a fastball, let her high. The ball boy's getting booed. He missed one as it came off the screen. Rawley sets again. Curve foul just over our heads this time and out of play. I tell you, Shane Rawley got away with 2 pitches there, a fastball up and a breaking pitch up. Mariners 7, Yankees 4. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the stretch. And the pitch bounced. Meyer has it, goes through the shortstop, one back to first, double play. Oh, quickly the Yankees are out of the inning as Nettles hit a hard one-hopper to Danny Meyer. He fired to Reynolds. Back to Meyer, a 3-3-6 double play. And now there are 2 outs in the batter, Reggie Jackson. Reggie has flied to center, single to center, and driven in a run. Two out, nobody on. And the pitch to Reggie, strike on the outside corner. Reggie might be able to see the ball a little better, or Frawley, who does not throw too many off-speed pitches like House. House is rough on sluggers. Fastball down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tough break for Tom House. He needed 1 more out to have a chance to be the pitcher of record in this ball game. Foul just below us. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two out, nobody on. And the pitch bounced foul down the first base line. Rolls into the Yankee dugout. Count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. So Reggie Jackson will come back. On deck, George Zeber. So Reggie Jackson back in the batter's box. Shane Rawley, the left-hander, into the windup. And off the catcher's glove, back to the on-deck circle. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Seven to 4, the Mariners are leading. Rawley gets the sign from Stinson. And the curve high and tight, ball 3, 3-2. The pitch is hit deep to left center field. And nobody's going to get this one. Rolling to the wall, that's going to be a triple for Jackson. 430-foot triple. And there was a tough break. A triple for Reggie Jackson, a deep left center field. So the double play was very costly to the Yankees. And Reggie really unloaded that one, a home run in any other ballpark but Yankee Stadium. If Rupert Jones had some problems picking that up, Jackson, who was flying, would have stretched it into an inside the Parker. All right, here's Zeber. He's lined to left and bounced to third. Yankees got to keep pecking away here. They trailed 7-4. Time is called as something was thrown out on the field. A frisbee. Now, let's see if John Hale... No, he doesn't know how to throw a frisbee. He hands it to the bat boy.
You know, Scooty, you talk about that unfortunate double play. That was the Mariners' 76th double play.
Wow.
And they lead the American League. Boston Red Sox are second in that department, and that is discounting Boston's game tonight. We don't know what happened there.
All right, 2 out. Jackson at third. And the pitch to Zeber outside, ball 1.
I tell you, when you have that many double plays, it means 2 things. You got pretty good double play combination, and your pitching isn't very good.
That's right. You're getting a lot of men on base. Gives you a lot of chances. That was Reggie's second triple of the year. Zeber looking for his first base hit of the year. Fouls it down the right field line, back into the crowd. It's 1-1.
Zeber's about due for a base hit. He didn't play that much last year, but he came up with some key base hits along the way.
Yes, he did.
323, had 3 doubles, 3 home runs. His first home run won a ball game for the Yankees.
All right, on deck, Fred Stanley. Jackson leads off third. Here's the wind, and the pitch fouled in the upper deck and out of play. So it's a ball and 2 strikes on George. Each team with 10 base hits now. But the big blow, that grand slam home run by Graig Reynolds in the second inning for the Mariners. All right, Rowley winds outside, 2-2. He is tall and lean, Mr. Rowley. Now the left-hander kicks. The pitch low and away, 3-2. Ready now for the payoff pitch. Here it is, and it's bounced to short. Big hop to Reynolds. Fires to first in time. Oh, the Yankees, no runs, a hit, 2 hits rather, no errors, and a man left. And at the end of 6, Mariners 7 and the Yankees 4.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Specs, makers of fine athletic shoes for tennis, basketball, jogging, or just running around. Spec shoes are designed to make your feet work a little faster than your competition's. Whether your game is basketball, tennis, running, or just hanging around looking terrific, look for Specs at over 600 fine stores in and around New York. Smart New Yorkers already have. They know that when you step into your Specs, you're ready to step out. Spec athletic shoes for all sports.
I must be seeing double. Those guys riding that bicycle built for 2 both look like Ed McMahon.
Right you are, Virginia. But then I'm always beside myself when pick-a-pair time rolls around. That's when everybody says my favorite word twice.
Budweiser?
Right again. Just look for me, both of me, on the pick-a-pair display at your favorite store. Take home not 1, but 2 six-packs of the king of beers. And this year, pick-a-pair time will be rolling from now right through the 4th of July weekend. That'll give you plenty of great times to enjoy the easy taste of a Budweiser, or 2.
Guess I'll be seeing you real soon, Ed. Both of you, in fact.
And don't forget to say it twice.
Budweiser, Budweiser.
Smart girl. Right, partner? Yes, indeed, Edward. Now let's pedal these six-packs home.
Bye, fellas.
See you soon. A farewell, my chickadee.
You said it. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Through 6 innings of play, the Mariners 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Yankees 4 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. The 1 error charge to second baseman George Zeber when he lost a pop-off off the bat of Lee Stanton in the second inning. As a result, the Mariners scored 5 runs, 4 of them unearned. Danny Meyer leads off and swings and misses the first pitch from Sparky Lyle. Meyer is 1 for 3 tonight. Left-hand hitter takes low and away from the slider specialist. They play him as a pull hitter on the infield more so than the outfield, shaded toward the right side. He swings on a curve, bounces it past Zeber out into right center field. Up with the ball, Paul Blair throws into second base. Looked more like a curveball than a slider from Sparky Lyle that time. At any rate, Meyer has his second hit of the ball game, base hit number 11, and the first off Lyle. Chris Buckney will step in. He's hit the ball well tonight. Left-hand batter up there to bunt. Bunts down the first baseline. Chambliss up with it. Looks at second. Now throws to Zeber covering first. And it will be a sacrifice 3-4.
And now 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
You're listening to New York Yankee Baseball on 1460 WOKO-Albany.
Lee Stanton steps in, right-hand designated hitter. He has doubled, singled, driven in 2 runs, and it was his pop-up that Zeber lost. The ball fell in between Zeber, Blair, and Jackson. That was way back in the second inning. Right-hand hitter with power. Lyle comes set, checks second, and the pitch. Rip foul outside of third. Fran Healy, that was a tough play out there. It looked like Zieber must have lost that ball against the lights. Is that what you figured?
It was the twilight, and I thought it was a tough time of the evening to see the ball, and this was the problem. Paul Blair had a good jump on the ball, and he was either under the impression Zieber had it, or he lost it also.
0-1 pitch now is swung on and missed. We hate to belabor that single play, but it was such an important play the way the ball game stands right now. Andy Messersmith gave up 5 runs, only 1 of which was earned as a result. Next pitch, check swing that's outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thurman Munson wanted an appeal down to the first base umpire, Vic Baltaggio, on that half swing. Still wants it. Garcia says, I made the call. It's a ball, and that's the way it's going to stand. 1 out, 1 on. Lyle to the belt. Bobs ahead. The pitch to Stanton high, and the count is 2-2. The Mariners lead 7-4 here in the top of the 7th. Finals, Reds over the Cubs 3-1. Giants beat the Phillies 2-1 for Bida. 2-2 pitch. Fouled in the upper deck. The Oakland A's are batting in the top half of the 9th inning, and Boston leads by a score of 9-0. Oakland batting in the 9th. Orioles well on their way to their 13th consecutive win. And even though Palmer will not get a shutout this start. 2-2 pitch. Bouncer right back to Lyle. They got the lead runner hung up. Lyle runs right at him with the baseball. Lyle falls down, still running after him, and now throws to Stanley. Stanley runs him to third. Nettles has the ball. Nettles tags him out. But Meyer stayed in that rundown long enough to let Stanton get to second base. So after being caught on the comebacker to Lyle, you got to say that Meyer did his job. He stayed in the rundown long enough.
Frank, Lyle's initial move was correct. He ran at the runner, forcing the runner to go back to second base. Of course, he slipped. Then he kind of panicked and gave the ball to Stanley a little bit too soon. The way they usually work is the guy with the ball, Lyle in this case, would run right at Stanley all the way to second base, and the last second Stanley would break, and you'd flip him the ball. It would just take one throw, and they would have been able to keep Stanton on first base.
All right, the batter now will be John Hale, the right fielder. Hale has walked and scored, grounded out and struck out. Left-hand hitter. Lyle checks Stanton at second, and the slider is hitting the air to deep left center field. Blair is after it. Now White calling. Blair's there, and White makes the catch. No runs are hitting the man left at the end of 6.5. It's Seattle 7 and the Yankees 4.
After Wendy's hot and juicy hamburger, don't forget the Frosty. After Wendy's hot and juicy with cheese, don't forget the Frosty. After Wendy's rich and meaty chili, don't forget the Frosty. Frosty Dairy Dessert is Wendy's only dessert, and with good reason. Frosty is not a thick shake. It's a cool and creamy treat that could make you forget you ever loved ice cream. Half chocolate, half vanilla, all dairy. You might forget an anniversary, you might forget a birthday, but don't forget the Frosty.
Did you forget the Frosty?
No. I forgot the hamburgers. Frosty Dairy Dessert, only at Wendy's Old-Fashioned Hamburgers.
Wendy's, 1335 Central Avenue, just east of Colony Center, 741 New Loudon Road, just south of the Circle, 3 Clifton Country Road, opposite the entrance to Clifton Country Ball, and coming soon to Glenville.
Hi, this is Joe Gallagher. Join me mornings 5:30 tonight on 1460 WOKO. Ouch. Boss just gave me a memo. Dear Mr. Gallagher, in the future, when you play the #1 song, please play it at the right speed. Don't do any more imitations of the program director's wife. Stop saying if the Yankees keep losing, we're going to start carrying New York Giant football reruns. Who burped during the 8:15 weather? Please oversleep more often. Ha! We'll see. Join me mornings on 1460 WOKO.
I'll tell you, they're getting that good pitching right now. What that kid Jim Wright pitched a 2-hit shutout against California last night. Now tonight, T out a 4-hit shutout against Oakland. Fred Stanley up, and he has taken 2 pitches, 1 for a strike, 1 for a ball. Stanley is 1 for 2 after grounding out to the shortstop. He singled off the third baseman. Fouls this one to the seats on the right side, well past the first base dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Mariners lead the Yankees 7-4. Stanley will be followed by Roy White and Paul Blair. Left-hander Shane Rawley deals a curve high, 2-2.
Frank, the attendance was announced, 15,643.
2-2 pitch now to Stanley. On the way. Hit back up the middle, and it is off the glove of the shortstop behind second. That'll be a base hit. I'll tell you, Stanley's had 2 hits now off infielders' gloves, but both of them, no doubt about them being base hits. Well, Stanley is now 2 for 3. Had Reynolds in some manner or means been able to field that ball, I don't think he would have had any chance to throw Stanley out. He was deep behind second base and really going out towards center field. Well, Stanley is on, and Roy White the batter. Roy is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored way back in the first inning. Rawley's pitch to him is high. Now this left-hander is beginning to get his pitches up high. Meyer holding on Stanley. Rawley's pitch, high again. 2 balls and no strikes. And they're going to get somebody loosening up out there in the bullpen. Right-hander might be Romo. Wes Stark, the pitching coach, now comes out to the mound to try to settle Rawley down.
The right-hander in the Mariners bullpen, Jim Todd.
All right, Jim Todd warming up, and Wes Stark buying a little time and also trying to settle Rawley down.
And there's a break in the action with the score Seattle 7, New York 4.
This is Mel Allen. The Emery Flight Pack takes packages up to 5 pounds. It's probably the only small package service in existence that's big enough to carry Reggie Jackson's contract. Emery, the Air Force in air freight.
2 balls and no strikes to count on Roy White. Stanley down at first. Left-hander Rawley sets and deals. White takes a strike over at the knees, and it's 2-1. The Mariners lead 7-4. One of those ball games that somehow you get the feeling that score is not going to stand up. 2-1 pitch. Outside. Ball 3, and it's 3-1. Fran Healy told you a crowd of 15,643 paid tonight, and about 3,000 more Yankee juniors on hand. 3-1 pitch to Roy. Here it comes. Bounce to the left side. Fielded by the third baseman Stein. He goes to Cruz for 1 to first, not in time. They get the force on Stanley, 5-4. White beats the play at first base. 1 down, 1 on. And now Paul Blair will step in. Blair has flied to center, flied to left, and popped up to the third baseman Stein. Paul is hitting 197 at the moment after going 0 for 3. Right-hand hitter. Meyer holds White on at first, and a breaking ball is cut out and missed. Strike 1. The Mariners are out in front, 7-4 here at the stadium. Boston has won its game. The Yankees need this one, or they would fall 7 games back. The 0-1 pitch. Curve is hit in the air to left field. Coming on for it, Bhakti over near the line. Makes the catch. Roy White played it halfway and now goes back into first base. The batter will be Thurman Munson. The Yankee catcher is 2 for 3 tonight. He has hit in 7 straight games. After grounding out his first trip, he ripped a single to left center field, came in to score a run on Lou Pinella's triple. Then he doubled in the 5th inning. Pinella comes out on deck. Pinella's been the hitting star tonight with 3 for 3. All right, now if you're a Yankee fan, you'll want Munson to get on, give Pinella a shot at the left-hander, Shane Rawley. The pitch to Thurman. Foul straight back on the screen. Strike one. One of those fishnet fouls claimed by some of the folks in the luxury boxes downstairs. Roy White at first base, 2 out. No balls and a strikeout. Munson. The left-hander Raleigh sets the pitch. Fastball line. Base hit. Past the diving Cruz. Out into right center field. White on his way to third. The throw comes into second. And Munson has come through. The batter will be Lou Piniella. Thurman Munson with his third hit of the ball game. Yankee runners on the corners, first and third, 2 outs. And Lou Piniella steps in. Piniella has 2 singles and a triple, 3 runs batted in, and a run scored. He's had a hand in all 4 Yankee runs, driving in 3 and scoring the other one. And now the catcher, Stinson, goes out to the mound. Whether to buy time or just to talk to the pitcher, Raleigh. Pitching coach, Wes Stock, down in the dugout near the steps. So Piniella will step in against left-hander Shane Raleigh. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. The pitch to Lou. Swung on and fouled to the upper deck right side. Strike one. Piniella drove in Roy White with the Yankees' first run in the first inning. He knocked in Thurman Munson with a triple in the 4th. And show you things are all going right for Piniella. He got a base hit on an infield looper twister down near the first base bag in the 5th inning. 0-1 pitch to him. Bouncer foul at third base. Strike 2. The Mariners lead 7-4. A base hit right now by Piniella, and the Yankees would be right in the middle of it. Munson at first, Roy White at third. 2 strikes on Lou Piniella. Shane Raleigh, slender left-hander. 6 feet, 155 pounds, drops the hands to the belt. Here's the pitch. Outside, a waste pitch, 1-2. The outfield is spread out for Piniella, as it should be. Lou can hit the ball to any field. Infield plays him up the middle with a gap on the right side since the first baseman Meyer is holding Munson on. The 1-2 pitch to Piniella checked his swing in time. It's high, 2-2. Raleigh with a high fastball trying to get Piniella to go after it. Lou started, then checked the swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Munson short lead at first base. Roy White down the line off third. And the 2-2 to Piniella. Struck him out with a fastball. Got him handcuffed. And Piniella strikes out to retire the side. The Yankees lead 2, and at the end of 7, the score. The Mariners 7, the Yankees 4.
The day is done. Coming home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. So just say, bud. When you've been moving fast all day, you know there's nothing like slowing down the pace and relaxing with a Budweiser. But when you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch St. Louis.
Well, I remember way back in 52 and those magic moments with Mary Lou, hanging out at the drive-in in my 57 Ford V8.
Hey, Rocky, I bet my Ford's better than your Ford. Oh, yeah? What do you got in that thing? Yeah, well, I got a new set of Champion plugs. Oh, well. Hey, listen, man, I just remembered I got to get my ducktail trimmed, right? Hey.
And so long ago, now times have changed. My priorities have been rearranged.
Hey, Rocky, I bet my Pinto gets better mileage than your Pinto. Oh, yeah? Tell me, what do you got in that thing? Yeah, well, I got a new set of Champion plugs. Oh, wow. Hey, I got a split. I just remembered I got to get a hair transplant, right? Hey, time's changed.
Yeah, buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion.
We'll go to the 8th inning. The Mariners will have Bill Stein, Bob Stinson, and Julio Cruz coming on against Sparky Lyle. Lyle winds, and the pitch to Stein. Strike called knee high. Stein singled his first time up. Since then, he has grounded out and popped up. He has driven in a run and scored a run. Right-hand batter takes outside a ball, 1-1. Stein is hitting .253. Lyle offers. Breaking ball is fouled off Munson's mask. Hit it so hard it bounced all the way back up on the screen. One ball, 2 strikes. Lyle ready, kicks and deals, foul back to the upper deck this time. Fran, I see those foul balls come back off the catcher's mask, off the mask of the umpire, and I guess nobody knows just how much that jars you except the catcher or an umpire that has to take the shot.
It really does jar you, Frank, and it's interesting, some of the rules. If it gets caught in an umpire's mask, it's a dead ball.
Ground ball hit to short. Stanley gobbles it up. Throws low, but Chambliss comes up with it. There's one out. Suppose it gets caught in the catcher's mask.
If it gets caught in the catcher's mask, it's in play.
Take the ball, mask, and everything.
Throw it.
Throw it. Well, Yogi Berra catching a ball game years ago. A foul ball came back and broke the mask and also broke Yogi's nose.
Wow.
That was a shot. Stinson, the batter, bounces one to third on the first pitch. Nettles has it deep, but he'll get him easily. And there are 2 down. I'll tell you, Fran Healy, after that play Nettles made on the line drive off the bat of Reynolds in the 6th inning, that's got to be one of the most outstanding plays I've ever seen.
Frank, in all my years, I've never seen an infielder charge and have a line drive hit and have the infielder catch it.
Right-hand hitting Julio Cruz, switch hitter really, batting right-handed against Lyle, takes a strike. Nettles was charging down. They looked for the bunt. Reynolds took a full swing and hit a bullet. There's a ground ball back through the box and on into center field, base hit. Julio Cruz collects his 2nd hit of the ball game. The Mariners now have an even dozen. 3 off Messersmith. 7 off Clay, and now a pair off Lyle. Left-hand hitting Reynolds. Here he is. Grand slam home run. He's also the one that hit the line drive that Graig caught and turned into a double play. Just unbelievable. Man get the glove up in time to catch that ball. Lyle throws to first by no play. Julio Cruz has stolen 22 bases. 2nd in the league. Reynolds takes high and in, ball 1.
And Frank, although Sparky Lyle does have a good move to first base, when he releases the ball to the catcher, it's difficult to handle because you have that slider breaking down. So it's a tough ball to throw to second base.
Cruz holds, and the slider is over. 1-1. Chambliss holding Cruz down there first. Lyle lobs one over there. Just remind Cruz he knows he's there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the pitch is popped up on a hit-and-run play. Back goes Stanley and makes the catch. Cruz broke with the pitch. Reynolds popped it up to retire the side. No runs ahead, and the man left. At the end of 7.5, the score, the Mariners 7 and the Yankees 4.
You're not the only one who lives through rugged weather. Your driveway does too. Only while you're protected, it's out there exposed every day of the year. In winter, water freezes, expands, and tears your driveway apart. Summer sun bakes it. Oil and gas eat it. To protect your driveway, keep it jet black and rich looking. Pour on Genite J16. Sure, Driveway sealers all look the same in the pail, but they don't last the same on your driveway. Genite's the one that's engineered tough for heavy industrial use. And tough is what you need to protect your expensive driveway. Don't take a risk with an ordinary sealer. Insist on Genite J16.
Don't risk your driveway on second best. Get genuine Genite J16, the #1 driveway sealer in the world. Genite J16. First, because it lasts. Hi, this is Ray Nelson, inviting you to join me weekdays, 11 to 3.
She can put her shoes under my bed anytime. Nighttime magic. I got a good Johnny Nettles, baby, or someone's gonna know.
Music to help you through the day. Be sure and join me, Ray Nelson, 11 to 3, weekdays on 1460 WOKO.
Chris Chambliss leads off the bottom half of the 8th, rips the first pitch foul outside of first. Now Raleigh back again with a breaking ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Yankees need to really rally in the ball game. They trail by 3. Bottom half of the 8th. Chambliss, Nettles, and Jackson coming up. Fastball is low, and the count is 2-1 out of Chris. Chambliss is 1 for 3 in the ball game, batting .295, just where he started tonight. Left-hander kicks and deals. Breaking ball line to right field, and it is caught. It is caught by Johnny Hale. It stayed up just long enough for Hale to reach down below his knees and make the catch coming in. 1 out. And that was a hard out.
Certainly was.
Just watching that on the replay here in the broadcast booth. And he was down almost at his shoe tops when he caught that ball. Do or die effort by Hale, and he did that time.
And when you're having a good night, Frank, that ball falls in.
All right, Graig Nettles will try it. Takes the breaking ball over for a call, strike 1. Graig has had the outstanding fielding play in the game. With the bat, he's 0 for 3. Curveball, cut out and missed. No balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch to him. Low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The left-hander, Shane Raleigh, stays with his breaking ball. Big advantage. He can get that breaking ball, get ahead of the hitter with it. Especially a Graig Nettles. Going to come with the fastball. 1-2 pitches high, wasted, 2-2.
Frank, some pitchers will go out there and fall behind purposely so they can come back with the breaking ball, but that's the type of pitcher that has a great deal of confidence in his slider or his curveball.
2-2 pitch. Hit deep, and that one's gone. It is way back, and that will be in the upper deck. Home run for Graig Nettles. Shane Raleigh hung that curveball, and Nettles got it all up into the upper deck for his 11th home run of the year. A Getty gunner for Graig, and that narrows it to 2 runs. It is now the Mariners 7, the Yankees 5. Nettles' 11th homer, 26th run batted in. And into the upper deck in right field. Reggie up, and the pitch is low. I'll tell you, Raleigh hung that breaking ball, and Nettles jumped all over it. Now the 1-0 pitch to Reggie, outside. Jackson has 2 hits tonight. He has singled to center and tripled to left center field up the alley. Another time up, he flied to center, so he's making better contact. 2-0 deal. Down low with a fastball, and it's 3-0. And that's going to bring the manager of the Mariners, Darrell Johnson, out. Darrell Johnson, a Yankee catcher behind some pretty good ones. Never was regular, but he held down a key spot on the Yankee bench for some time.
Action in the Mariners bullpen, John Montague right-hander. I'm sure that Darryl Johnson right now would like to keep the left-hander in the ball game because the Yankees, most of their power is from the left side. And for a right-hander to hit the ball out of the ballpark in left field, it's quite a drive.
All right, Darryl goes back. He was a Yankee catcher in 57 and 58 behind Yogi. There's a strike to Reggie, and that was not grooved. It was over the inside corner. Jackson was taking all the way and trying to get himself on. 3-1 count. The pitch. Down low, and he walked him. Ball 4. That is the first walk given up by Mariner pitching. Raleigh has walked 1 and struck out 1. He relieved Tom House in the 5th inning, so Shane Raleigh is the pitcher of record.
Now let's take 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
You're listening to New York Yankee Baseball on 1460 WOKO-Albany.
It'll be up to George Zeber to keep the Yankee rally going here in the 8th inning. Runner at first, 1 out. Zeber takes high, ball 1. Zeber, a switch hitter, batting right-handed. Looking for his first base hit of the year. He's gone 0 for 3 tonight. Cliff Johnson is on deck to bat for Stanley. 1-0 pitch. Strike called. Well, Zeber right now is a big man. You'd like to see him get on and give Cliff a chance, but you don't want to see the double play if you're a Yankee fan. You can bet your bottom dollar Reggie's going to be running hard down to second base if there is a ground ball to try to break it up and let Johnson come up at least with 1 on. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Wonder if Montague has looked in from the bullpen, sees Johnson down there, and knows he'll be in to pitch to him probably if Zeber gets on base. 2-1 deal. Zeber swings. It's a fly ball straight away center. It will be caught by Rupert Jones. And Jackson tags up, going to second base after the catch, and he's in there. Reggie Jackson tagging up and going to second after the catch. There are 2 down. Jackson at second base, and Cliff Johnson is the batter.
Frank, a heads-up play on Jackson's part, tagging up on first base. It's a big chance, but now he's in scoring position. Base hit will drive him in. Put the Yankees one run closer to the Mariners.
I believe in getting that 1 run whenever you can. Of course, Cliff Johnson up there with good power when he makes contact, which isn't that often. But you know he does have a shot at it. Something about the big man who can hit the ball a mile coming up in a situation like this gets the fans right up on the edge of their seats. Cliff has hit 2 home runs this year. He's batting .202. The pitch to him. Swung on and fouled. Just nicked the shin guard of the catcher Stinson on its way back.
Frank, this is something that's against the rules. Garcia going over and telling Johnson he cannot use that pine tar. I believe Darryl Johnson yelled to Rich Garcia. He did not see Chris Johnson walk over to the on-deck circle.
I got a chuckle. Garcia took the pine tar away from Johnson. If Cliff had got a grip on that, I'd love to see that tug of war. He might have been tapping his bat down with Rich Garcia's jacket. All right, Cliff steps back in with a count of 0-1. Reggie Jackson at second, 2 outs here in the 8th. The Yankees need 2. The set by the left-hander Raleigh. Here's his pitch. And it is a ball low and in. 1-1.
Frank, in a situation like this, most pitchers like to see the free swinger at the plate. He's easier to pitch to than the guy that just puts the bat on the ball.
Very true. The 1-1 pitch is hit deep to left field. This is going to tie it up. It is gone out of here. Cliff Johnson has done it.
Frank, since Raleigh I'm sure would rather see the guy at the plate right now to put the bat on the ball.
Well, I feel vindicated in everything I said. Johnson gave it a ride way back in the seats in left field. When he makes contact, he can give it that long ride, and that was one of those times. We're tied up 7-7. A Clifford crowd, a Getty gunner. He can enjoy that Getty gasoline. Roy White up there takes a strike. The Yankees have fought their way back and tied it up 7-7 here in the 8th inning. Cliff Johnson with the homer. The 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1.
Frank, that home run is as big a hit as the Yankees have gotten this season.
One pitch to Roy. Curve is down low. If I heard Mickey Morabito correctly, that is the 10th time in his career Cliff Johnson has pinched in a home run. Does that sound right? That's what it is. 2-1 delivery. Outside, ball 3. That is the second pinch hit home run for the Yankees this year, and the 10th time in his career that Cliff Johnson has pinch hit a homer. 3-1 pitch to Roy. Popped up. Maybe playable by the catcher back behind the plate. Stinson has room near the screen, makes the catch. That's the third out. But the Yankees have scored 3 times on homers by Nettles and Cliff Johnson. And at the end of 8, it's the Yankees 7 and the Mariners 7.
I'm seeing double. There's 2 Ed McMahons on that bike.
Well, that's because it's pick-a-pear time again. A great time to enjoy the easy taste of a Budweiser.
Or 2.
Right. Just look for me, both of me, on the pick-a-pear display and take home not 1, but 2 6-packs of Budweiser. It's the smart way to buy Bud.
See you soon, Ed. Both of you, in fact.
Let's start pedaling, Edward.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Hey, Phil, you had a baby Ruth Boyle right before the game started. And now you're eating a Butterfinger.
Well, I thought I'd do some bar hopping.
But you know you can't just eat a Butterfinger. You've got to earn it. Crispy layers of peanut butter, crunchy candy, a chocolatey covering.
I've earned it. I was the most valuable player.
So were a lot of valuable players.
In 1951, I earned the top World Series Player Award.
Hey, we're talking about earning Butterfingers.
Hey, I gave you a ride to work today.
Okay, so eat your Butterfinger. So good, you've got to earn it.
Okay, as Sparky Lyle takes his warm-up process, let's take a look at the American League scoreboard. In the first game of a doubleheader, Milwaukee 7, Toronto 5. In the second game, it's Milwaukee 4, Toronto nothing after 4.5 innings of play. A final score, Baltimore 5, California 2. Jim Palmer picking up his 9th win of the season. He's now 9-4. Billy Smith hit his 3rd home run for the Baltimore Orioles in the 4th inning with nobody aboard. The Boston Red Sox shut out the Oakland A's 9-0. Jim Wright hit his 20th home run in the 1st inning with 1 man aboard. Carl Yastrzemski hit his 4th home run in the 2nd inning with 2 men on. After 7 innings of play, it's Chicago White Sox 4, the Texas Rangers nothing. And after 6.5 innings of play, Minnesota 8, Cleveland 1. Frank?
All right, Paul Blair at third. Graig Nettles at short. Mickey Rivers in center. Rupert Jones fouls a Lyle slider back. Strike 1. Paul Blair at third base for the Yankees. Graig Nettles at shortstop. Mickey Rivers playing center, and Rivers will bat ninth. The 0-1. Breaking ball caught on and missed. Rupert Jones is 0 for 4 tonight. Fly to center, grounded out to third, struck out, and bounced back to the pitcher. 7-7 ball game in the 9th inning. The windup by Lyle. The 0-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging. Well, I'll tell you, if you need something to get the adrenaline flowing, if Sparky needed anything to add a little bit to that slider of his, the game-tying home run by Cliff Johnson should have done it. And you compared that with a big hit last year, Fran Healy.
That's right. Roy White's home run against the Boston Red Sox. Not only a big hit, but a psychological lift for the New York Yankees. and Cliff Johnson's might prove to be the same.
Danny Meyer steps back from an inside pitch, ball one. Meyer has gone 2 for 4 tonight. Left-hand batter. Lyle rocks and offers, breaking ball, foul. That'll be back in the crowd over the third base dugout.
Frank, I've got to believe that the fan really doesn't recognize the importance of a psychological lift. For example, the Red Sox soundly defeating the Oakland A's tonight. The Yankees behind most of the evening here against the Seattle Mariners, now back in the ballgame on a clutch home run by Cliff Johnson.
Hi, Fran. 1-1 pitch, hit on one hop off Chambliss's glove on into right field. That'll be a base hit. And Meyer is on with his 3rd hit of the ball game. A hard smash came up on a heavy hop. Chris got leather on it, but couldn't do anything more than slow it down. And that is a base hit for Meyer.
Frank?
The 3rd hit off Lyle. Go ahead, Frank.
Kansas City 5, Detroit 1 after 7.5 innings of play. We'll give the National League scores as we go along.
Okay, Bruce Buckney steps in. Buckney has single, double, sacrificed, and fly deep to center. He nubs one out toward the mound. Lyle is up with it. Only play is first. He fires in time. No sacrifice. He took a full swing and just popped that ball back toward the mound. So Buckney is out, 2 down, and Meyer winds up at second.
In the National League, Cincinnati 3, Chicago Cubs 1. That's the final score. Another final, San Francisco 2, Philadelphia 1. Vida Blue picking up the win. He's 8-4. Randy Moffett got the save for the San Francisco Giants. Another final, Atlanta 7, St. Louis 1. And after 5 innings of play, it's all tied in Houston. Pittsburgh 4, Houston 4. After 3.5 innings of play, San Diego 2, Montreal nothing.
Go ahead. They're going to walk Lee Stanton. He's done enough damage tonight with 2 RBIs on a couple of hits. Go ahead.
Montreal at San Diego. That's a later start. New York will take on, the New York Mets will take on the Los Angeles Dodgers in a later start.
Okay, Fran. So they're putting Stanton on with first base open. They'll pitch to the left-hand hitting Johnny Hale. There comes ball 4. Flipped up. And Stanton tosses the bat away and goes down to first base. So the Mariners with 2 outs have runners at first and second. And left-hand hitting John Hale, the batter. Hale is 0 for 3. He has walked and scored a run. Well, the Mariners had an early 5-1 lead. They made it 6-1. Grand slam homer by Graig Nettles, but the Yankees now have come back and have tied the ball game 7-7. 2 on, 2 gone. Lyle to the belt. Here's his pitch to Hale. Low, ball 1. Bill Stein is on deck. Left-hander Lyle ready. Kicks and offers. Bouncer down the first base line. Now it just kicks foul. Chandler's got it at the bag, but it was foul by about 6 inches. And for those of you listening while you're driving home, aren't you sorry you left this ball game? Of course, we realize perhaps some people driving home had to leave for one reason or another. Just keep listening. We'll tell you what happens. One and one, the count on John Hale. Runners first and second, 2 outs. Lyle's pitch is down low. Munson had to get the mitt down the dirt for that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. They spread the outfield on Hale. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball, low and away, ball 3. And Lyle is behind the count, 3-1. Hale is hitting but 178. 2 home runs on the year, 9 runs batted in. Stein, a much more dangerous hitter on deck. 3-1 pitch. Bouncer, first base. Chambliss got it behind the bag. Lyle over, takes the throw, and he's out. Good play by Chambliss. He had to run that one down going to right field. Picked it off, spun all the way around, threw a perfect strike to Sparky Lyle, and that retires the side. At the end of 8.5, the Yankees 7 and the Mariners 7.
Rise above the crowd. Be more than just another cheering fan. Be an expert. You can be totally informed on the world of sports when you read the sports pages of the Times-Union and the Knickerbocker News. We bring you complete coverage of Major League Baseball with special emphasis on the Yankees, Mets, and the Red Sox. We also keep a watchful eye on the local high school and college scene. Our reporters specialize in news of your favorite sports. Nationally syndicated columnists like Mickey Charles, Dick Young, and Jimmy the Greek add another dimension of expertise. You'll get analysis, projections, personalities, predictions, scores, and statistics. Everything you need to rise above the crowd. Be an expert with the sports pages of the Times-Union and the Knickerbocker News. For home delivery, call 454-5454.
It's a lover's question.
Hello, this is Chip Bender. How about taking me home with you? Weekday afternoons from 3 to 7 on 1460 WOKO. We've got music and all the information you'll need, news, sports, and weather, and a contest or two. I'd love to be part of your afternoon, so please join me weekdays from 3 to 7
Afternoon delight.
on 1460 WOKO.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the ninth inning, tied up 7-7. The Yankees will have Paul Blair, Thurman Munson, and Lou Piniella coming on in that order. Paul Blair, who started the game as the center fielder, he's now playing third base. Fran?
Frank, they have a new pitcher in the ballgame, John Montague. Earned run average of 5.02, no wins and 1 loss.
All right, Montague, right-hander, will work to Blair. The Yankees have all right-hand hitters, the first 3 men up here in the inning, all right-hand hitters. So Darrell Johnson goes with his right-hand reliever, John Montague. Shane Raleigh pitched 3 1/3 innings. First pitch to Blair, swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball has hit the ball in the air all 4 times tonight. Flied to center once, twice to left, and popped up to the third baseman. The 0-1 pitch. Line drive, caught by the second baseman, Cruz. Blair tried to go to right field with it, hit a line shot, but Cruz got to it, made a leaping stab. Now Thurman Munson. The record on Shane Raleigh, 3 1/3 innings, 3 runs, all earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and of course the 2 home runs by Graig Nettles and the game-tying homer by Cliff Johnson. Thurman Munson now has had 3 hits in the ball game, 2 singles and a double. He's 3 for 4. Right-hander against right-hander, and he takes a slider over the outside corner. Strike 1 called. Lou Piniella is on deck. Montague straightens, kicks and offers. Foul to the seats on the right side as Munson tried to go to right field with it. No balls and 2 strikes. The Yankees playing without Bucky Dent, who has a hamstring injury. Thus the shift of Nettles to shortstop and Blair to third base. Willie Randolph is also injured, so George Zeber has to play second. And Fred Stanley was pinch hit for, with Cliff Johnson hitting a game-tying homer as a pinch hitter for him. 0-2 to Munson is outside, a ball and 2 strikes. One out, nobody on, 7-7 here in the ninth. Montague has the sign, the right-hander ready, 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air to right field. And Hale is there to make the catch. Sort of a humpback line. The ball was not hit that hard, but it was not hit high in the air. He hit it right at Hale. And here comes Lou Piniella. He's had 3 hits tonight with 3 RBIs. 2 singles, a triple. Other time up, he struck out, and he's driven in 3 runs. He's also scored a run. We're tied 7-7 here in the ninth. 2 outs, the base is empty, and Montague's pitch. Slider outside. They spread the outfield for Piniella. The infield deep up the middle. Corner men guarding the lines. And line drive, base hit. Out into center field, and Piniella is on with his 4th hit of the ball game. When Luke came up that time, he was hitting .323. That's going to add about 3, maybe 4 points to his batting average. So Piniella is on with his 4th hit tonight. A solid line shot to center. And Chris Chambliss will move in. Chambliss is 1 for 4. Montague checks Piniella with a look. Has the sign from Stinson, and the pitch to Chris. Just a bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. I'll get a feeling it's that time again. Chambliss with Piniella on. Count of 1-0. Montague to the belt. The pitch to him. Line toward left field. That'll be slicing. Foul ball. Back in the crowd foul. Baltimore has won its 13th in a row, defeating California 5-2. Fran told you earlier that Boston shut out Oakland 9-0 on a 4-hitter by Louis Tiant. The Yankees are tied with the Mariners 7-7. A ball and a strike on Chambliss. Piniella down at first base, and the 1-1 pitch. Fastball had the plate, but low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Graig Nettles is on deck. Yankees went to the 8th inning down by 3. Nettles homered. Jackson walked. And Johnson homered. There's one hit in the air to center field. Easy chance for Rupert Jones. He is under it and makes the catch in straightaway center. And we'll go to extra innings. At the end of 9, it's the Yankees 7 and the Mariners 7.
Whenever the moment is right for a great beer. When do you say Budweiser? Whenever the good times are moving to right here. After the work is done, while you're still having fun, anytime's the right time to say it. When do you say Budweiser? Buzz a beer for any time at all. When you say Budweiser, the #1 beer is what you'll be drinking after the work is done. While you're still having fun, the king of beers is waiting for your call. When you say Budweiser, you said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis. These Baby Ruth fun-sized bars sure are delicious, and I ought to know. Why is that? Well, it just so happens I consider myself to be quite a candy bar connoisseur. And a Baby Ruth's got fudge and peanuts, chewy caramel, a rich chocolatey coating, terrific stuff. Plus, these new bags are mighty economical. Some people call them fun-sized, but I call them Bill White-sized, because they're just right for me.
I see.
I'm crazy about Baby Ruth bars, and it's not easy for something to get to first base with me. Get it, Frank? Oh, brother.
We will go to the 10th inning here at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees 7 runs, 15 hits, 1 error. The Mariners 7 runs, 13 hits, and no errors. Bill Stein, the leadoff batter. The third baseman batting out the number 8 spot. Lyle Wines on his pitch. Strike call to the right-hand hitting Stein. Bob Stinson, the catcher, is on deck, and then Julio Cruz. Lyle's 0-1 deal. Breaking ball is fouled back and off the upper deck just downstairs.
Frank, there's action in the Yankee bullpen. The big right-hander, Jim Beattie.
Hi, friend. Jim Beattie, huh? Well, I guess everybody knows by now the Yankees stepped out of the bidding this afternoon for Rod Carew, and the Minnesota Twins have taken Carew off the market also. 0-2 pitch now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Lyle gets his second strikeout. One away. And now the switch-hitting catcher, Bob Stinson, will step in as a right-hand batter.
Frank, they would usually pinch hit for Stinson in a spot like this, but they're only carrying 2 catchers, the other being Bill Plummer, right-handed hitter.
All right, Lyle winds on the first pitch to Stinson, taken high. Paul Blair's laid in fairly shallow at third base, tight to the line. Nettles at short. The Zebra at second. The outfield is spread, with Rivers in center, White in left, Jackson in right. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss.
And Frank, when you're only carrying 2 catchers, if you put that second catcher in a ball game and he gets hurt, then you're in trouble.
That's why some managers just like to have that third catcher. And now they've called Stinson back to the dugout, and we may see a pinch hitter coming on for him with a count of a ball and a strike.
It looks like somebody's grabbing a bat in the dugout.
Well, Stinson will be taken out. Darrell Johnson will pinch hit for him after Stinson was up there to take a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. We're just waiting now to see who it's going to be. Leon Roberts, a right-hand hitter, will come on to bat for Stinson. Leon Roberts. Leon Roberts is hitting .287 with 6 home runs and 23 runs batted in. He leads the Mariners in homers with those 6. And he's a couple shy of Bhakti in the RBI department.
Frank, we have another final score. American League, Kansas City 7, Detroit 1. Winning pitcher Paul Splittorff, he's now 8-5. The losing pitcher Jack Billingham, he's 5-4. Home runs for Detroit. Mickey Stanley, his first in the 5th inning with nobody aboard. And Amos Otis for Kansas City hit his 9th in the 3rd with 1 man on. Last night, Kansas City getting a great pitching effort from Rich Gale, a big right-hander from, I believe, New Hampshire.
I tell you, he's New England. You probably know him. He pitched 1 hitter last night.
1 hitter.
Been a lot of 1-hitters this year. All right, the count will be 1-1 on Leon Roberts. Whatever Roberts does will be on his own record. Whether he walks, strikes out, whatever, it's on his own record. Lyle winds, the 1-1 pitch to him. It's high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Julio Cruz is on deck. Roberts is a big kid, 6'3", 200 pounds. 2-1 delivery. Hit deep to left field. If this one stays fair, it's a home run. It hits the foul pole. Home run. It hit the foul pole, and it is a home run. The foul pole is outside the ballpark.
Frank, Leon Roberts just made Darrell Johnson look like a genius. 1-1 count on Bob Stinson. Probably didn't like the way Stinson swung at the ball from the right side of the plate. Besides the pinch hit Leon Roberts, Roberts goes up and hits the slider out of the ballpark or off the foul pole.
All right, Fran, that makes it 8-7. Seattle brings up Julio Cruz. Switch hitter batting right. Takes the breaking ball over knee high. Very unusual to see 2 pinch hit home runs in a ball game. We've seen it tonight. The 0-1 pitch is foul back. The home run off Lyle, the 3rd given up by Sparky. Cliff Johnson pinch hit a home run against Seattle pitcher Shane Raleigh. It was the 3rd home run given up this year by Raleigh. That tied the ball game. Lyle's 0-2 to Cruz. Line, base hit into right field. Well, Cruz has his third consecutive hit in the ball game after walking and grounding out twice. He has singled 3 times in a row.
Let's take 5 seconds for station identification and a New York Yankee radio network.
You're listening to New York Yankee baseball on 1460 WOKO-Albany.
Graig Reynolds, the batter, earlier hit a grand slam homer. Takes the breaking ball over, strike one. Reynolds came up with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the second inning and hit one out to right field. He's a left-hand batter. The 0-1 pitch. Loop out over second base, and that's going to be in for the base hit. Cruz is on his way to third. Rivers' throw is not in time, and on the throw to third, the hitter Reynolds goes on to second base. A single, second base on the throw, and with only 1 out, the Mariners have runners at second and third.
Frank, the last 3 balls that have been hit off of Sparky Lyle have been up. His slider has not been breaking down. Leon Roberts hit the first one off the left field foul pole. Cruz hit the ball in the right field, slapping a high slider. And now Reynolds blooping one into center field.
And the batter now is left-hand hitting Rupert Jones, who is hitless tonight in 5 at-bats. He fouls a pitch back, and the infield is drawn in. Blair at third, Nettles at short, Zebra at second, Chambliss at first, Ring the infield grass. The outfield spread out, and the 0-1 pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Rivers goes back, gets under it, tagging up at third base, coming on to score Julio Cruz as the throw goes to third. And now the Mariners lead 9-7. Sacrifice fly for Rupert Jones and his 23rd run batted in of the year. Two outs, runner at second. And Dan Myers, the batter, he's had 3 hits tonight. There have been 31 base hits in this ball game. Swings and misses, strike one. Mariners have 16 hits. The Yankees have 15. Each team has 2 home runs. The 0-1 deal. Hit in the air out behind second base, and coming on at his shallow center, Rivers makes the catch to retire the side. But the Mariners get 2 runs on 3 hits and leave a man. At the end of 9 1/2, it's Seattle 9, the Yankees 7.
Charlie Huddle here. You never know who will call the all-night show.
Hello, Mr. Huddle. This is President Jimmy Carter. Rosen didn't want me to stay up this late. I don't usually make calls of this sort, but I was interested in some of the subjects you were discussing tonight.
The neurological quadrupedal locomotion.
In an effort to stay closer to the American people, I like to spend time with them, discussing subjects which they are concerned about.
We have more sex appeal in our little fingers than you have in your whole body, Mr. Huddle.
Okay. Well, I don't want any of those, the other side, shall we say?
I don't think these people should be elected to public office if their only loyalty is to their church.
I've accomplished very little of what I've started out to do.
I had to have a couple of belts before I could talk to you.
How about you? The all-night show, 1460 WOKO.
The Albany County Rape Crisis Center provides aid and confidential counseling to rape victims and their families, and education to the public about the crime of rape. Volunteers are needed to facilitate programs of rape prevention and victim services. For information, phone 445-7547. This is Linda Kingsley at the Albany County Rape Crisis Center on WOKO, the station that cares about you.
Bill Plummer is on to catch for the Mariners. Stinson went out of the ball game for Leon Roberts, who pinch hit a home run to break the 7-7 deadlock. The Yankees come to bat in the bottom half of the 10th inning, trailing by 2. Yankees came to bat in the bottom half of the 8th inning, trailing by 3. Graig Nettles homered for 1. Jackson walked, and Cliff Johnson pinch hit a home run to tie. Nettles leads off here. Graig swings. It's a fly ball deep center field, but Jones will run it down. And he makes the catch in dead center. 1 out.
Frank, we have some action in the Mariners bullpen. Jim Todd, right-hander.
Reggie Jackson will step in. John Montague on the mound for the Mariners. Stands to be the winning pitcher if he can make the 2-run lead hold up. Reggie Jackson, 2 for 3. Run batted in and a run scored. Montague has the sign. The right-hander's pitch. Low and in. Ball 1.
Frank, that right-hander in the Mariners bullpen is Enrique Romo, not Jim Todd.
Enrique Romo. Okay. 1-0 pitch coming. Second, ball 2. Same pitch, same spot. I'll tell you, the right fielder, Hale, backed off a little bit more now for Jackson than he was earlier, but still not extremely deep in right field. 2-0 pitches coming to Reggie. Outside and high, ball 3. The center fielder, Jones, shades over toward right center field. Infield plays him a bit toward the first base side. The windup, the 3-0 pitch. Jackson takes a strike, and it's 3-1. Jim Spencer has come out on deck. Spencer on deck to bat for Zeber. 3-1 to Reggie. Walked him, ball 4 outside. Well, so far we've seen 2 pinch hit home runs in this ball game, and if you're a Yankee fan, you'd settle for the 3rd one right now. Jim Spencer is stepping in as the tying run at the plate. Jim Spencer is batting .244. For limited times at bat, Spencer has great productivity. He's had 21 hits, 6 of them home runs, and 19 RBIs off 21 base hits. Left-hand hitter. And the pitch taken for a strike knee high. Jackson down at first base, 1 out. Mickey Rivers is on deck. Spencer batting for Zeber. The set by Montague, the pitch. Hopped up and coming back foul toward the seats. Nobody sees it, and the ball falls in fair play. I mean in the field, not in fair territory. That time, neither Stein nor the catcher Plummer saw the ball, and either one of them could have and should have caught it.
Frank, the Mariners are playing Spencer as a dead pull hitter, so Stein's way over on the infield. Plummer did not get a good look at the ball. It's a catcher's ball, but obviously he lost it.
Well, Spencer got a break. The ball fell on the warning track, well in the playing area. So Spencer is still alive with a count of no balls, 2 strikes. Now the set by Montague, the pitch. Low and inside to Spencer. Right, Fran, it would have been a long run for Stein, but he didn't start after that ball either. It truly was the catcher's play. There's no error charged on it, just simply no play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Spencer. Montague kicks and deals. Spencer swings, lines a base hit into center field. Reggie will stop at second as Rupert Jones throws in quickly, and Spencer has come through with a big pinch hit.
And Frank, how many times have you seen it? Foul ball, either dropped, or nobody gets to it, and then bang, base hit, home run.
You're very, very right, Fred. Of course, we remember those more than the other times that it happens, but it's very true. It seems invariably it will happen. Mickey Rivers will bat for the first time tonight. Mickey, nursing an injury, is hitting .258. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Rivers, left-hand batter. And the pitch to him. He bluffed a bunt, took high and outside. Ball 1. The Mariners lead 9-7. The Yankees have the potential tying runs on base in Jackson and Spencer. 1-0 count on Rivers. The pitch. Had the plate low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander Montague goes for the rosin bag. The Mariners spread the outfield on Rivers with the center fielder, Jones, shading him toward right field. Infield up the middle, hoping for the double play. 2 on, 1 gone. The set. 2-0 pitch. Rivers takes a strike. Mickey jumped back away from the plate that time, trying to coax a ball 3 count out of Garcia. Two and 1 on Mick the Quick. Montague to the belt. 2-1 pitch. Line foul. Oh, did he get around on that one? Hit it hard, but foul. Off the right side. Two balls, 2 strikes on Rivers. 1 out. Reggie Jackson, who walked, down at second now. Spencer, who pinch hit a single, on at first base. 2 and 2 on Rivers, batting for the first time. The set. And Montague steps off the rubber. Rivers had to come in to play center field after Cliff Johnson batted for Fred Stanley in the 9th and tied the game up with a homer. Nettles had to go to short. Blair to third. Rivers went to center. 2-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Montague got something extra on that one. And with a high hard one, he fans Rivers. There are 2 down. Now the batter will be Roy White. Roy was the hero last night with a pair of home runs. Batting 1 right-handed, 1 left-handed. He's up there left-handed, swings and lines one to right field. Foul ball, foul ball. Jackson and Spencer both running hard, but that ball was foul. No balls and 1 strike on Roy White. When Roy switch-hit home runs last night, it was the 5th time in his career he's done it, the 25th time it's been done in the American League. 2 on, 2 gone. The pitch to Roy. Foul, that'll be out of play on the third base side back in the stands. The Mariners are leading 9-7, bottom half of the 10th inning. Jackson at second, Spencer at first, and 2 outs. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Roy White. White has gone 1 for 5 so far. He doubled back in the first inning and scored a run. The count is 0-2. Montague straightens up. Checks second. Here's the pitch. Outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The set by Montague again. 1-2 pitch. Foul back. Right below us. The count holds at 1-2. Paul Blair's on deck. Reggie Jackson at second. Jim Spencer at first. Two on, 2 gone. The stretch by Montague. The pitch to White. Hit on the ground. Base hit through the right side. Here comes Reggie around third. He'll score. Spencer stops at second. And the Yankees now trail by 1. Roy White drilling one through the right side for a base hit driving in Jackson. It's a 9-8 ball game. Paul Blair, the batter, and Wes Stock, the pitching coach for the Mariners, is on his way to the mound. Fran Healy, we're going to see Enrique Romo or Jim Todd, whoever that was out there. Todd, the last report. We'll see a pitching change made. Now it's going to be Romo. All right, Stock has already made a motion to the bullpen. So the pitching change will be made, and we'll take a deep breath and get set for what is to follow. Oh. So far in this game, we've had 17 runs, 13 hits. We've had 2 pinch hit home runs, a grand slam home run, one of the finest defensive plays I've ever seen made by an infielder when Graig Nettles, charging for a bunt, caught a line drive off the bat of Graig Reynolds and turned it into a double play. We've seen the Yankees come back from a 6-1 deficit to tie the ball game up, only to have the Mariners go ahead again. And Fran Healy, you've got your eye on something down there.
Something interesting is happening in the Yankees dugout. I believe Ron Guidry's going to go out and pinch run. And I can see Billy Martin shaking his head no, and Guidry walking behind him, pleading with him to let him run.
Spencer.
It really shows me some. Of course, Billy Martin, the manager of the Yankees, doing it reluctantly. And Frank, Enrique Romo has come on, right-hander, in place of Montague. Romo with a 3.57 ERA, 3 wins, 2 losses, has 23 appearances, 5 saves. He's pitched 45 in the 3rd inning, given up 36 hits, 18 runs, 18 earned runs, 2 home runs, 23 base on balls, has 24 strikeouts, and it features a good fastball, a good slider, and his out pitch is a screwball. In fact, I was quite surprised a little bit earlier that Darryl Johnson did not bring Romo in the game to throw the screwballs to the Yankees' left-handed batters.
Hi, Fred. Paul Blair is watching very intently every warm-up pitch thrown by Enrique Romo. And now it's up to Blair. The Yankees are back to within 1 run. Ron Guidry, who will pitch Saturday night's ball game against California, running at second base for Jim Spencer. Roy White is on at first, 2 outs. We're in the 10th inning. The Mariners lead 9-8. And Paul Blair, 0 for 5 tonight, up there with a bat in his hand. They spread the outfield. The infield backs off deep on Blair. Guidry represents the potential tying run at second base. Roy White is at first base. Guidry, nobody's ever clocked him a foot in the major leagues. Maybe the fastest runner in the American League. He takes his lead, a good lead off second. He is a pitcher and not an experienced base runner, remember, but he does have lightning speed. Romo having trouble getting the sign from Plummer, and they'll call time. Romo wants Plummer to come out.
Frank, I can see where they would have a problem. In Seattle, I was in their clubhouse talking to Romo for about 5 minutes, and someone walked over to me and said, he doesn't understand English.
I know. Enrique is from Mexico, and I understand he does not speak or savvy English. All right, he's a right-hander. He's ready. And the pitch to Blair. Here it comes. And it's in there for a strike. Blair took the first one, strike 1. Thurman Munson is on deck. Ron Guidry at second. Roy White at first. The Yankees down by a run here in the 10th inning. There are 2 outs. Enrique Romo. Set, and the pitch to Paul. Swung out and hit in the air to left field. This one is deep. Will it go? It is. It is gone. It's a home run. Paul Blair homers. Blair homers, and the Yankees win the ball game 11-9. Holy cow, Rizzuto, wherever you are, Glorioski, Sandy, I can't believe it. Paul Blair, a home run here in the bottom half of the 10th inning, and the Yankees have come back to win the ball game 11-9. Fred, Fran Healy, they say we can have a commercial to take a breath. Wherever Rizzuto and Bill White are, I'm taking tomorrow off. I ain't even going to show up. I've seen everything I can take for the next couple of days. The Yankees win the ball game 11-9. Cliff Johnson pinch hit a home run to tie it up in the 8th inning. The Mariners get 2 runs in the 9th to go ahead, 9-7. And Paul Blair hits a home run to win it, 11-9. Fran Healy, you talked about that home run by Johnson, and you likened that to last year against the Boston Red Sox. And I'd say if the Yankees don't go on after this win, and as you say, sweep the week, I don't know.
Frank, of course, that's not only a big hit, but I'm sure another psychological lift for the Yankees. And, of course, like we talked before, they have to sweep this week, and they have to go into Boston next Monday and continue that streak.
Getting back to the whole fact of statistics, it was Blair's second home run of the year, giving him 7 runs batted in. And on behalf of our sponsor, I've got to say this, it was a Getty Goner, and that's one of the happiest Goners we've seen for Getty in a doggone long time. Well, we'll have more to say about the game on the Yankee wrap-up when we do come back, but that's it. The Yankees, with 11 runs on 18 hits, they commit 1 error. The Mariners, 9 runs on 16 hits with no errors. And the winning pitcher in the ball game will be Sparky Lyle. Lyle never expected this one, but he gets his 4th win. He has lost only 1. And the losing pitcher, not Romo, it will be John Montague. Montague will be the losing pitcher in the ball game, and Montague's record is 0-2. And what more can I tell you? I can tell you this. The engineer for Yankee broadcast is Brian Ferguson. Assistant producer is Carol Lee Ashwell, and the executive producer is Arthur Adler. And tonight's game was produced by Pam Boucher. This is Frank Messer for Fran Healy, Bill Rizzuto, and Bill White. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and don't you believe what I said before, I wouldn't miss it for anything in the world. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock against the Seattle Mariners.
New York Yankee Baseball on 1460 WOKO-Albany has been sponsored by Budweiser Beer, Champion Spark Plugs, Colonial Provisions, makers of Yankee Franks, AC Delco, Emery Air Freight, Wendy's Hot and Juicy Hamburgers, Cohoes Tobacco Company, and Big Dom Submarines. Stay tuned now for the Yankee scoreboard and wrap-up shows.
Come in.
Oh, great master, I have traveled far to seek your wisdom. Speak to me.
Close the door. It's cold.
Sir, I crave the meaning of life.
How do you earn your bread, my son?
Well,
do you till the soil?
No.
Do you tend sheep?
I'm in advertising, sir. Advertising.
Fascinating.
Yes, sir, I'm in a big hurry. I have to be in Fiji tomorrow to shoot a television commercial.
Fiji?
Yeah, we found a place there that looks exactly like Columbus, Ohio.
Why not go to Columbus, Ohio?
Look, I'm just here for some wisdom.
All right, let me check my wisdom book, see what we can find.
Thank you. Yeah.
Go with radio.
What?
Looks to me like a fantastic buy.
I wanted important wisdom.
This is important. Listen, newspaper cost per thousand is up 99% since 1967. TV is up 90%.
Sir.
But radio cost is only up 38%.
38%.
And it says radio's audience is bigger than ever.
But what about happiness and stuff?
Use radio. It's great impact at a price you can still afford, and you'll be very happy.
That's it?
Yeah. And when you go out, close the door real tight, because it's cold and you're going to
I'm Bill Perkins. Call me. We'll talk about how radio can work for you. I'm at 449-1460 WOKO.
Here comes the Yankees. Let's get behind the zero. Yankees. They're gonna learn to feel the Yankees. Everyone knows they play to win.
The Yankee Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Getty Gasoline. And now it's time for the Major League Scoreboard, and to bring us up to date on everything that happened in the American and National Leagues this afternoon and tonight, here's Pam Boucher.
Thank you, Frank. Milwaukee, in the first game of a doubleheader, defeated Toronto this afternoon, 7-5. Bill Castro got the win. He's now 2-0. Tom Murphy in relief was the loser. He's now 2-4. Gorman Thomas hit his 14th home run of the year in that game in the fourth inning with one man on. For Milwaukee, Dave McKay homered for Toronto, his first of the year in the fourth inning with nobody aboard. In the second game, Milwaukee is leading Toronto 5-0. That's at the end of 8 innings. Jerry Augustine going for Milwaukee. Garvin started for Toronto. He was replaced by Joe Coleman in the third. Baltimore won their 13th straight game tonight. Jim Palmer won his 9th, defeating California 5-2. Kenny Brett was the loser. He's now 2-4. Palmer's 9-4. Billy Smith homered for the O's in that game, his third of the year in the fourth inning with nobody on. And Louis Tiant had a 4-hitter up at Fenway, defeating Boston 9-0. Tiant is now 6-0. Pete Broberg was the starter and loser. He's now 6-6. Boston got 8 of their 9 runs in the first 2 innings of that game. Jim Rice hit his 20th home run in the first inning with one man on. Carl Yastrzemski had his 4th in the second with 2 men on. The Chicago White Sox are still playing great ball. They defeated Texas tonight 4-1. John Lowenstein had the only Texas run, an inside-the-park homer in the 8th inning. His second home run of the year. Ron Schuler was the winner. He's now 2-1. John Matlack, the loser. He's 5-7. At the end of 7.5, Minnesota is leading Cleveland 8-2. David Clyde started for Cleveland. He was knocked out in the fourth and replaced by Al Fitzmaurice. Roger Erickson is in there for Minnesota. Dan Ford had his 8th home run of the year in that game in the fourth inning with one man on. And Kansas City defeated Detroit 7-1. Paul Splittorff went the distance for the win, raised his record to 8-5. Jack Billingham took the loss. He's 5-4. Mickey Stanley had the only run for Detroit, a homer in the fifth, his first of the year. Amos Otis hit his 9th home run of the year in the third inning with one man on for Kansas City. I'll have all the National League scores for you right after this.
Fill her with Getty unleaded regular, please. Hey, Clarice, you see that guy getting gas across the island? You know who that is?
No, Lester.
That guy is Jackie Stewart. Do you realize he's won 3 world driving championships? Hey, Jackie, what you doing here?
Buying gasoline.
You use Getty, too? Hey, Clarice, Jackie Stewart uses the same gasoline as Lester J. Boyle.
Oh, you're in the big time now, Lester.
Hey, Jack, do you know something about Getty us regular everyday drivers don't know?
I know Getty unleaded regular burns clean like an unleaded.
I knew that.
But it's got the power of a regular gasoline.
Well, I knew that.
And it costs a few cents less than most other major unleaded.
Is that important to great racing drivers?
The great Scottish racing drivers, it is.
Getty unleaded regular. More power for less money.
In the National League, the Cincinnati Reds beat the Chicago Cubs today 3-1. Manny Sarmiento got the win. He's 6-3. Doug Bear got his 11th save in that game. Roberts took the loss. He's now 3-1. The time of that game was only 1 hour and 49 minutes, but there was a shorter one. In San Francisco, Vida Blue got his 8th win as he defeated Philadelphia 2-1. That game took 1 hour and 38 minutes. Randy Moffat got a save there. Larry Christensen was the loser. He's now 4-5. Atlanta made it 2 in a row over St. Louis, beating them tonight 7-1. Burroughs and Murphy both homered for the Braves in that game. Adrian Devine got the win. He's 3-3. Bob Forsch, the loser. He's now 7-6. In Houston, the Pirates gone ahead of the Astros now 6-4. That's at the end of 6.5 innings. Dave Parker hit his 9th home run of the year in the 5th inning. It was a 3-run shot. J.R. Richards started for Houston. He was replaced by Rick Williams in the 7th. Ken Tekulve is in relief for Pittsburgh. In the first game of a doubleheader, San Diego is leading Montreal 4-1 at the end of 6 innings. Wayne Twitchell is on the mound for Montreal. Eric Rasmussen started for San Diego. He's replaced by John D'Acquisto in the 7th. Del Unser hit his first homer of the year in the 7th inning for Montreal. Nobody on. Dave Winfield had his 11th homer of the year in the 5th with no one on. And out on the coast, the Mets are playing the Dodgers. Steve Garvey hit his 7th home run of the year in the first inning with nobody on. The Dodgers lead New York 1-0 at the end of 1. Jerry Koosman is on the mound for the Mets with a record of 2-7. Tommy John with a record of 7-4 is pitching for the Dodgers. Of course, here at the stadium, Paul Blair's 3-run homer in the 10th inning gave the Yankees an 11-9 win over Seattle. Frank Messer will have all the details on the Yankee Wrap-Up Show next.
The Yankee Scoreboard Show has been sponsored by Getty Gasoline.
And now the Yankee Wrap-Up Show on 1460 WOKO, sponsored by Magnavox.
All right, good evening once again, everybody. Frank Messer, just about out of voice here at Yankee Stadium with the wrap-up show. And what are you going to say about a ball game that saw 34 base hits, 20 runs scored? The Yankees winning the ball game with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 10th inning on a 3-run home run by Paul Blair. The final score, 11-9. The Yankees, 11 runs, 18 hits, 1 error. They left 7 men on base. And for the Seattle Mariners, 9 runs, 16 hits, no errors, and 9 men left on base. Sparky Lyle, the third pitcher used by the Yankees, gets the win. His record is 4-1. And John Montague, the third of 4 pitchers used by the Seattle Mariners, is the loser. His record is 0-2, rather. And it was a ball game that saw the Mariners take an early 5-1 lead over the Yankees on a grand slam home run by Graig Nettles in the second inning. The Mariners made it 6-1 in the third. The Yankees got close with a couple in the fourth, driven in by Lou Piniella. In fact, Lou Piniella had 4 base hits in the ball game, 3 runs batted in, and almost will be lost in the shadow of other heroes tonight. But let's not forget that. Piniella, 4 hits and 3 runs batted in. We'll talk about the other key hits and have more details on the ball game for you in just 1 minute. Say, are you thinking about getting a home video cassette recorder? Well, if you are, now's the time to think about the better one, the Magnavox home video cassette recorder. For a limited time only during the special box office bonus, your participating Magnavox dealer is offering a terrific deal with every Magnavox VCR. You get a free full-length motion picture and 1 blank video cassette, or 4 free blank video cassettes. Plus, when you buy the Magnavox home video cassette recorder, you get free membership in the Magnavox Movie Club. So you'll be able to purchase 12 major motion pictures at greatly reduced prices. Choose from 50 great movies like Patton, MASH, Hello Dolly, French Connection, Cleopatra, and even the highlights of Notre Dame's 1977 championship season. What's more, the Magnavox VCR gives you the features you want, like 4 hours of recording and playback on a single video cassette, a remote pause control for easy armchair editing, and a built-in timer. See the Magnavox home video cassette recorder at your Magnavox dealer during the box office bonus. It can save you over $300. And now let's take 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
You're listening to New York Yankee Baseball on 1460 WOKO Albany.
Well, a seesaw ball game. As we told you, the Mariners had an early 5-1, then 6-1 lead over the Yankees. And as the Yankees came into the bottom half of the 8th inning, they were down in the ball game by a score of 7-4. But they weren't down too long. Chris Chambliss gave an indication when he had a hard-line drive to right field that was caught by John Hale. Graig Nettles gave a further indication when he homered into the upper deck in right field, his 11th home run of the year. That home run may have shaken up Shane Raleigh just a bit because he then walked Reggie Jackson. George Zeber hit the ball well but flied out to deep center field. But now, with Jackson on at first base, the Yankees down by 2 runs and 2 outs in the 8th inning. Fred Stanley was due up. Billy Martin went to a big hard-hitting, as I said on the air then, a hard hitter when he makes contact. He doesn't make contact or hasn't been doing it that often this year. Cliff Johnson came up with a batting average of .202 and 2 home runs. The Yankees needed 2 to tie it, and here is what happened. The 1-1 pitch is hit deep to left field. This is going to tie it up. It is gone out of here. Cliff Johnson has done it. Yes, Cliff Johnson did it. a pinch hit home run, the Yankees' second pinch hit homer this year. For Cliff Johnson, the 10th time in his major league career that he had pinch hit a home run. That tied the ball game up. The ninth inning was scoreless as Sparky Lyle allowed one hit, gave up an intentional walk, and then got John Hale on a hard grounder to Chris Chambliss at first base. Lyle followed it up with a good run over to first base, taking Chambliss' throw for the final out in the top half of the ninth. The Yankees could not score in the bottom half of the ninth against John Montague, who came on. He was a right-hander. He came on to pitch to the Yankee right-hand batters, Blair, Munson, and Piniella. Piniella did get a base hit, but Chris Chambliss flied to center field for the final out. The Mariners came back and got 2 runs in the 10th. A pinch hit home run by Leon Roberts batting for Bob Stinson. He was set up there after Stinson had taken a ball and a strike. Then the Mariners got another run on singles by Julio Cruz and Graig Nettles and a sacrifice fly by Rupert Jones. So again, the Yankees went to the 10th inning, bottom half of the 10th inning, again trailing by 2 runs. Nettles flied to deep center. Reggie Jackson worked his way on with a walk. Jim Spencer pinch hit for George Zeber. He ripped a single. Mickey Rivers up. He struck out. Roy White kept it going, though, with 2 outs. He drove in 1 run with a base hit to right field. That put Spencer down at second. Ron Guidry begged Billy Martin, from what we saw from the dugout, begged Martin let him go out and run for Spencer. And Guidry, who's going to pitch Saturday night, went out to second base, ran for Jim Spencer. A lot of us had our fingers crossed that, well, we wanted to play at the plate. We wanted him to get across the plate, of course, because then he represented the tying run, but you don't want the guy to get hurt. So what do? Paul Blair comes up, and here's what happened then. And the pitch to Paul. Swung out and hit in the air to left field. This one is deep. Will it go? It is. It is gone. It's a home run. Paul Blair homers. Blair homers, and the Yankees win the ball game 11-9. Yes, Paul Blair with 2 outs and 2 on homered off Enrique Romo, who had relieved John Montague. Blair homered his second home run this year, and the Yankees won the ball game 11-9. Sparky Lyle got the win, and John Montague, who had put the winning run on base, was the losing pitcher, although the home run was hit off John Romo, or rather off Enrique Romo. And I'll be back with a final word in just a minute.
This is Steve Allen.
And Jane Meadows.
For Bell System Long Distance.
And something to do about those letters you've been too busy to answer.
Recycle them?
Oh, no. Answer them with a long-distance call.
I've got it. Stack up your letters by the telephone and answer by long distance.
Long distance is a nice way to return a letter and always appreciated.
And you don't have to worry if they can't read your handwriting.
Oh,
Feelings, whoa, feelings.
Now, Bicozene Cream, medical formula for itching. You can buy a powerful anti-itch drug without a doctor's prescription. Bicozene, for the painful itching of your most sensitive skin. Powerful, use only as directed. Bicozene.
X-Lax. You know you can count on its doctor-proven laxative ingredient. X-Lax. You keep it on hand in case of occasional constipation. You use it as directed. X-Lax. Are you sure it's in your medicine cabinet now?
The Yankees needed the win tonight because both the Red Sox and the Orioles won their games. Boston got 4-hit shutout pitching from Louis Tiant. Baltimore won its 13th in a row. And now it's time for our Magnavox Star of the Game Awards, and I've got stars all over my scorecard. I'm not forgetting Lou Piniella's 4 base hits in the ball game, 3 RBIs. I'm not forgetting the great defensive play by Graig Nettles and Graig's home run. But under the circumstances, I think probably everybody would agree that we'll divide the awards tonight between Cliff Johnson, who pinch hit a home run in the 8th inning to tie the ball game, and Paul Blair, who homered to win it in the 10th. So Cliff Johnson and Paul Blair will be our Magnavox stars of the game tonight as the Yankees win it 11-9 over Seattle. The series continues tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and then the California Angels come in over the weekend. On the Yankee wrap-up, this is Frank Messer, and good night from Yankee Stadium.
The New York Yankee Wrap-Up Show has been sponsored by Magnavox.
wherever you go, follow the action of the world champions all season long on the home of the Yankees in the Capital District, 1460 WOKO, Albany.